Hello, everybody. Welcome to the SavePoint Report, Episode 5. I'm your host, Eric. I'm joined by SavePoint Marvin. Marvin, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Marvin's laughing,
Man,
laughing up a storm.
Sorry, we just had some technical difficulties.
I'm joined by SavePoint Eli as well.
Welcome.
Yep.
Welcome.
Now in glorious HD. Eli in 4K.
Yeah, I can
Big
I
upgrade.
can show stuff.
Yep.
Here's a
Yep.
Koopa shell.
Oh,
That's not what you told
Koopa.
earlier.
what earlier? There was no earlier. Okay. We've got quite a few things to go
should I
over
show this
today.
Sure.
Go over some backlog games, some things we've been playing. Not a ton of new games. There hasn't really been a lot like coming out though, to be fair, like in the past like couple weeks. We'll talk about some news and then some shows / movies that we've watched recently. So the first thing to get into today is I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is something I wanted to hop into for a while. And there's a good bit to break down here, so I'm going to try my best to keep it pretty succinct. But if you watched last week's episode, you'll have noticed that I got a PS5 Pro. So I wanted something to kind of, test it out on. And even though this is a 6-year-old game, I've always heard that it's, it's still like definitely a showcase. And kind of all these games have been improved with the new like PS5 Pro updates. So I thought it was a good time. It was on sale. I got it for like $10 maybe. So yeah, all around good time to hop into it. So I guess I'll start. My history with JRPGs is not like super expansive. I played Metaphor ReFantazio. Was that last year or the year before? Didn't quite beat it, but I really enjoyed it.
Last year.
Enjoyed what I played.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was 2024. Other than that, I can't really think of a JRPG that I've like really given a lot of time to. Maybe I'm just misremembering, but so I wasn't super sure what to expect with this one, in terms of like the format and the structure of the game. The tone I've gotten a sense for, in just what I've seen from it in the past. And I was very surprised. I would say it's honestly, because it's not like a turn-based game, which is, I think one of the more common like JRPG styles of combat, at least. I would almost compare it to like it's not a turn-based game. No.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an action RPG, right?
Yeah, it's an action RPG. So I would I would compare it most similarly to like a God of War 2018, almost in like the structure of the game. So like, you've got kind of these like hub areas. You are traversing in third person through these like, structured story beats and you're going from room to room. You're solving puzzles. You're doing a lot of mini games, which is, dissimilar from like a God of War, for example. But in terms of just like the general structure, I'd say kind of that's mainly what it is. And I was surprised by that. I was expecting something a bit more different, maybe something I'm not as used to, but it felt pretty in line there. And so far, I am loving it. I had high expectations, but it is like pretty consistently like blowing them out of the water. The game is gorgeous. The music is awesome. The combat is so like, it has so much depth to it that I was not expecting at all. And it feels so great. But more than anything, the thing that because like all those things, I was like, I kind of expected that I would enjoy that just from what I've seen over the years. But the story and like the characters are really what is pulling me in. Like a super brief overview. It's like, these characters are in Midgar. It's this like city in the future, basically run by this corporation. And you play as Cloud, who's a mercenary who is kind of taken on some mercenary work for this eco-terrorism group that is trying to get back at this corporation for the, all the terrible things they've done and how they're destroying the environment. And it does a great job of presenting that story and like taking it seriously. Like the tone is kind of all over the place with the game. There's a lot of silly moments. There's a lot of like heart. There's a good decent bit of awkwardness, I think, in some of the writing and the performances. But at the end of the day, it's like taking its subject matter and what it's what it's kind of dealing with like pretty seriously, and it's really well done, and it's very captivating. I wasn't really expecting that from this game, so I'm really surprised on that end. But yeah, the combat is just like it's crazy. So it is definitely like turn-based inspired, I would say. So it's like an action game. You're playing as Cloud, let's say. You've got your normal attacks and special attacks and all that stuff, but then you also have this list of abilities and this list of spells that you can use. And the way you use those is you press X, and then it kind of almost like freezes, like super slows down the game, kind of like in a VATS kind of way. And then you can select from this menu which ability you want to use, who you want to use it on, if you want to use an item, that's kind of all handled the same way. But then that also, you also switch characters kind of in a similar way. So the combat, without like getting too deep into it, it's like a dance between like these 2 to 3 characters that you're playing as, where, you run in as Cloud, you're getting some attacks in to fill up your action meter so that you can use a spell, you activate that spell, and then while that animation is playing out, for that attack to go off, you switch to someone else. You start charging their meter to start getting attacks on this. To if this person can deal with ranged enemies or like flying enemies, you're like, okay, I'm gonna switch to them, deal with this while Cloud is finishing that move, and then I'm gonna go to this person, buff up this guy, heal the party. Once you're like a good, I'd say like 6 hours in, the complexity of the combat really starts to shine, and it's just like, the particle effects look amazing. The character models are great, and the combat itself, the characters feel so different that it's just like it's been fun throughout, and it's been the enemy variety, which is something I complain about a lot in a lot of these kinds of games. And like I was mentioning earlier, and I feel like God of War 2018 kind of had this problem. Exactly. There's not like a ton of variety in the enemies throughout that game, and this one is just like consistently, you're getting a lot of different. You see on the screen right now, there's like these Ninja Turtle guys that I'm fighting now in the sewer area. Like it's crazy. The bosses are insane. There's like this Coliseum area where you fight this house that comes to life as like the final boss of this Coliseum, and then it like sprouts arms, and it's like a house from hell. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. Does this not look right? It's fine. So yeah. Do you guys have any questions? I have some notes that are some things I wanted to go through, but yeah. Any thoughts? Have you guys like wanted to play this before? Do you know anything about it?
Honestly, well, my experience, I haven't played a single one.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard great things about them,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess since it's a different kind of gameplay wise than the other ones, we can talk on that later. But I was just surprised to hear that it was, an action RPG, and the story. I had no idea about that as well, which I'm kind of confused about because I've heard about Final Fantasy a bunch, but I've never heard about the, corporate overlords and the eco-terrorism, because that sounds awesome.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Final Fantasy is that each one takes place like it's like a different story, different. I don't know if they all take place in the same universe. I think maybe it's like the same multi. Oh, okay, they do take place in the same universe, but it's like they take place in different time periods too. Oh, okay, yeah.
But not all of them.
I thought Cloud was in like a lot of them, but is it just
no? I think he's just in 7.
Just the most. Yeah.
Oh, he's just in 7.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But like they do so many like weird spin-off games, especially for 7.
Yeah.
And then I think Cloud shows up in Kingdom Hearts as well. But that's not like I don't know how like canon that is to this particular story. And I know the remake is kind of its own canon on top of it. They're doing some stuff that's like weirdly like referencing the fact that this is a remake, which is really cool and weird. Like it's not just a straight up 1-to-1 from the original game. You can like tell that there's certain moments that are like not directly referencing, but it there's kind of a meta narrative to it that I won't like super go into, because also I haven't played the original, but it's just from what I've heard, it's pretty interesting.
Would you say, because the way you were describing it, it sounded like this, but would you say the combat is like a mix between just, action like God of War, plus a little bit of turn-based combat, since you're switching between characters and like pausing the game to choose abilities and stuff?
I would say so. I think it,
because that sounds awesome.
Yeah, no, it really is. I mean, it's so unique. It's like hard to compare it. Like it has kind of almost the feel of a God of War, but that's that's almost where it stops. You know, like you have these abilities that you're working with, but there's just a lot. There's a lot more going on, which also makes it a bit confusing sometimes. You know, to kind of see everything that's going on. There's so many different like status effects and items and just, you know, all sorts of things that can kind of muddle up the screen sometimes and make it a bit difficult. But what's cool is you get an ability early on called Assess that if you equip it to one of your characters, they can basically get like the rundown on an enemy. So it'll like tell you their weaknesses, their strengths, like any like weird quirks they have, any tips on like how to like better bring them down. And then the more you assess, there's like a character that wants that data, and the more you do it for him, he unlocks like new abilities for you to use. But it's just crazy. The scale, the production value of this game is absolutely absurd. Like I know that this is about a third of the original game, this game in its entirety, and I'm about halfway through this. But just the variety of like environments and, you know, arcs and situations and all these things that I've been on just in, I think I'm like 14 hours in, is ridiculous. And everything looks incredible. Mostly sounds incredible. The music, like the music is really good. There's just like weird moments where it's like, it's almost like something, not like sad, but like kind of more chill is happening. And you'll be getting like this weird cheery music in the background that does not fit super well. So I don't know how I feel about that, but overall the music is great. Yeah. The another thing that I would like to see more in kind of these like big AAA budget games, and this is kind of a small thing, but when you're running through the world, there's always there's a lot of times there's like barrels and I don't know, like traffic cones and just all sorts of items kind of littered on your path, so that when you're going from A to B, you don't really interact with them, but they all have like physics on them, you know? So it's like you can kind of run into a thing of barrels and they'll kind of just like fly all over the place. Or like there's a restaurant and there's chairs all over the place and you're running around like knocking stuff over. And to me, stuff like that, like other than just making the world look super realistic, having like a certain level of interactivity that doesn't even serve a purpose, I think goes a long way in making it feel more alive. So I really like that stuff, and I love when a game does that. And I wasn't expecting it from a game like this, just because there's so many like systems and it's so narrative focused, and it's, you know, they have a lot to do and a lot to get through, but there's still that attention to making you feel like immersed in every moment. And then later, I was really excited to see that there's actually some cool little like mini games and sections that incorporate that stuff. So like there's one part where you're in someone's house and their mom had told you earlier, like, oh, I want you to leave tonight. She doesn't know that you're going to leave, but I need you to get out of my house tonight. You're not waiting till tomorrow to go back to, you know, this town or whatever. And, you know, Cloud's like, okay, fine. And so in the middle of the night, you start, you're going to leave, but it like tells you, it's like, okay, you cannot make any noise. And so the path to get out of the house is now, for whatever reason, like littered with like buckets and shoes and balls and stuff. So you have to so carefully like navigate your way through the house and make sure you're not knocking anything over. And I was terrible at that, and I failed it twice. And it's Aerith that you're trying to sneak out of. When you fail, she like comes out of the room and she's like, Cloud, what are you sleepwalking? Like, you got to go back in your room. And then if you do it again, she's like, I told you, Cloud, you need to go. Like, you cannot keep trying to leave. So yeah, it's just, it's things like that. All the characters are so full of like heart. They have such a clear, defined like purpose and role in the story. Like I said, the writing can be a little, it can be a little hit or miss sometimes, but that was especially like specifically in the beginning. I think it's kind of just gotten better and better. It's got its growing pains out, and I'm more familiar with kind of what they're going for. But there's just so many sections. A recent section I did, you go to this town, basically like full of debauchery, right? Like they've got sorts of like, you know, burlesque clubs and fighting arenas and casino like parlors. There's all sorts of crazy stuff, and so there's like a whole arc there. But you're engaging in a bunch of different mini games. The stories that end up happening, there's like dancing mini games, and like you go to like a gym and you could do like the squat competition, and it's like optional to do it, but it's like the more people you beat at this gym, like you end up getting like a champion's belt, which is, I still have it equipped on Cloud because it's like just a cool new item to have. But it just makes everything feel so lived in, and it has so much heart. And yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm really happy with it so far.
Are you gonna take a second look at the Final Fantasy Magic cards with new
100%,
refreshed eyes?
Yeah. Once I'm
nice.
once I'm done with this game, at least I'll definitely go look at the 7 cards. I'm sure I'll have a much bigger appreciation, other than I've seen that person before in Smash or something, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am loving it so far, and there's a whole. I have to finish this game. Rebirth is also out, that came out like 2 or 3 years ago at this point. I've heard great things about that as well, and they've yet to. What happened?
What's the difference? What is
Rebirth? So remake. So this is a remake of the first third of the original Final Fantasy VII. Okay. The second third is out as well. It's called Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and then they haven't they've announced that the third one is coming, but they haven't said they haven't released the title or trailers or anything. It hasn't been officially revealed yet. So
okay,
but yeah,
well, that'll be nice when it comes out and you've caught up.
Yeah, I definitely want to get caught up before that comes out. We'll see. There's a good chance I'll take a nice little break after beating this one, because I'm sure the second one is equally or even longer, but we'll see.
You said it was $10?
I think it was $10 on PlayStation. Yeah.
Looks like it's $40 on Steam.
Yeah, well, it was on sale, and also it's been on PlayStation a lot longer than it's been on Steam. So
you were getting me all hyped though. It sounds like a great ass game.
It's been great so far. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can play the original until it goes on sale.
True. That's probably really cheap.
Well,
you never know. Look out for a sale. I'm sure they go on sale.
The Final Fantasy VII Commander deck. There's a game edition that comes with the game.
The original game. The original game.
Yeah.
I want to play with the one with cool graphics.
Yeah, I would recommend it.
They are for a video game nowadays.
But yeah, I highly recommend. I wanted to see if I was missing anything. Oh yeah, there was one cool mechanic. I guess kind of minor mechanical spoilers, but there's a big boss at some point that it's the lead up to this big operation that you're going on has been super intense. You're kind of breaking into this facility with your team, and then as you're kind of leading up to you kind of see this mechanical thing, and the squad's like, oh my god, this thing looks crazy, it's going to kill us, let's hope they don't deploy it against us. And then you learn obviously that they are going to, and what you can do is in the next like 4 rooms or something, they're kind of connected through these hallways, and in each room, if you get the key card, if you find the key card, they're super easy to find, you can go to this terminal, and it lets you, there's different terminals in the room, and it depending on which one you use, it reduces the capabilities of one of the boss's abilities. So one of them is these big bombs that the thing has. One of it is its core that determines its movement speed. Another one is it shoots out these supplies if you damage it enough. And so depending on where you spend your key cards that you're getting from these guards, you can reduce its effectiveness in those areas of your choosing, or increase your team's power in other ways with the things it's dropping mid-fight. And I thought that was really cool. I haven't really seen that in a game before. It was neat. Yeah, it was really cool. The boss fight was cool as well, but it wasn't. I could tell it's going to be back.
Yeah, no, I see.
Yeah,
that's really cool though. I mean, you're choosing your challenge and also how it works.
Yeah,
it's coding the boss during the fight and making it a narrative thing as well.
It was really neat. Yeah,
very cool.
That was pretty much it. Oh, one last thing. I've been in, I think 3 or 4 different towns at this point where you have different side quests and people to meet. And one thing I thought was really interesting is in many RPGs, you're kind of going up to people and talking to them and kind of, for me, kind of reading and skipping through their dialogue to kind of see what's going on in the town and stuff. But in this, there's kind of so many people lining the streets and shops and things of these towns, and they're all having their own conversations, and it'll kind of pop up in these text boxes around your screen, and it can be a little bit cumbersome, but if you pay attention to it, they all have these pretty interesting little stories they're talking about, or comments that make the world feel so alive, and there's so many of them going on at the same time that it's almost impossible to like really focus in on one of them. But it makes sense because when you're walking through a town and there's a ton of people talking, it's kind of hard to do that. And so I thought that really made it feel more alive. And there's a part a few hours into the game where you kind of have a failed operation against this corporation, and they start pushing out like misinformation that you're working with like this other like country or company or something who they used to be in war with. So they're basically saying, yeah, these are actually spies for that company, and they're terrorists that planned this attack working for this other group. True. And so after like you see the news broadcast, but then after you're walking through the town at that point, you kind of hear them murmuring like, I can't believe like they would do this. And even before that, you're getting different opinions on like from people saying like, oh, I'm so glad Avalanche, blew up this reactor. But then like there's other people that are like, my family has spent 3 generations working on building that reactor, this thing that powers our town. And they're like kind of just expressing like, I can't believe they would do this. It ends up killing a lot of people. So it's like, people are expressing, obviously a lot of like mourning for that. And you kind of have to sit with it and walk through and kind of take all that in. And you're getting all these different sides of the story. It's really interesting, and it's handling it in ways that I didn't think it would. So just all around, awesome. It's been great so far. I think I'm finally done. Oh, also, okay. Badger from Breaking Bad voices a character, and you guys know Badger, right?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like the first like 5 minutes in the game. I was like, what? That guy's voice sounds really familiar. And then I looked it up, and it was Badger, and he is great in it.
Awesome. So. I was literally, when you were talking about the people talking like in the streets, I was going to say, do they react to like events in the game? Because that's like such a great way to tie in your experience playing the world. It's like you are doing actions that are like impacting it. So that's great to hear. But I mean, I think story games in general should do more of what you're saying Final Fantasy VII is doing. Like, pay attention to the details. That's how you make a world feel lived in, I think.
Yeah. They really took pretty much everything into consideration. And part of me obviously wishes that I have played the original game to kind of see how they expanded on these things. I know there's like whole sections that weren't in the original that they've added here to kind of pad out some time. But, the pacing isn't like 100% consistently amazing, but there's never, I'm never going for too long of a stretch where I'm like, this doesn't need to be in the game, or this, it's everything kind of serves its purpose in the grander scheme of things. And at the end of the day, at the very least, you are still interacting with these characters that, are really interesting so far. So,
nice.
Alrighty.
You want to move on?
Yeah. Next I had on the list was Marathon. So I know we've talked a good bit of Marathon on this little podcast of ours, but me and Marvin have finally had the chance to go in and play on the new Cryo Archive map. At the time of this recording, it's been out for a few weeks, but it is it's kind of tough to get to that point where you feel confident in taking it on.
Well, it's also hard to schedule it, only being on the weekends, and I'm in school still.
Were you guys playing it last night?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or okay, because I thought I saw you guys playing it, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
we were able to get in there.
Wow.
Fresh impressions. Yeah, so we didn't like we haven't even really talked about it amongst each other. But Marvin, how did you feel going into it last night?
I mean, well, for some context, let's see. Last I played was like maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I've been really busy with school, and like usually I played with Eric, and so I did some grinding solo, made sure I was level 25, which is a requirement. But heading into this one, I was rusty and also knew nothing about it. But I mean, it is a sick ass map. I figured this out after like the 3rd game, but you're on a space station, right? The ISS.
Yeah. Well, you're on
or marathon.
You're on
ship.
the marathon ship. Yeah.
Marathon ship. So you get to like see out into space, and you're inside buildings, climbing through vents. It really feels like you're on like. I think they did a good job with the layout of it. Like I think the visuals, match it too, but just the way you have to get through things and the way you're like finding security codes to unlock doors really feels like you're on a massive sci-fi ship that is like, I don't know, maze-like.
Yeah, it really
But
is maze like. It is quite easy to get lost on this
very,
map.
very,
Um,
which can put you in a pretty tricky situation. There's a lot of AI, as we call them.
mhm.
They're brutal,
Yeah,
but you kind of have to kill them for security codes. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. Very difficult, because you need a lot of stuff to get the big loot. I don't even really know how to get it. We were just kind of
yeah.
going in there to see what was happening, see if we could kill some people. And to be fair, we did, we did get some victims.
Yeah, and we were able to extract one time, which like
We did.
a lot of the other maps in Marathon, it's the extraction points kind of pop up throughout the map. You go to them, you activate it, and you leave. Like that's it. In this, you're kind of building up your security clearance by collecting these security tags, like Marvin was saying, throughout the game by killing enemies, finding them around, and you have to get to a certain security clearance level. I think it's level 3 in order to activate one of the extraction points. So and that is not easy to get. Like you either have to kill quite a few AI enemies or really explore a lot of the map, or more than likely kill another team or at least a couple people to grab, because you can take their security clearance cards from them to up your level. And so
I want to say it's 18, like to get to level 3.
that sounds about right. Yeah.
For each level.
Yeah, and these do not persist between games. Like, you drop into the map, everyone starts at security clearance 0. Every round.
It's like a new thing you have to keep track of just for this map, which I think is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and so
how many players are on the map?
Like 5.
I think 12. Squads? Yeah, 12, maybe 15 people. Of 3 person
Is it
squads.
Yes.
Do you constantly encounter people, or is it
no? So
is it only the same 15 people all load in at the same time?
Yeah. So it's you do all load in at the same time. And the way it's kind of structured, there's this middle room that's like this huge, I think it's called the Panopticon, and it's kind of like the center room for it. And then the map's really big, but it branches out in all these different directions. Each team kind of starts almost in their own corner or pocket, and so you have this period of a good 5 minutes, I would say, of your team just being able to clear out the first couple of rooms, loot up. There's some decent loot in those rooms. You can hopefully start building up your security clearance. And with the way the doors work and the clearance works, you're not going to be running into a team that early, at least in our experience, the few games we played. So everybody kind of has an opportunity to gather their bearings, figure out where they're at, kind of do their initial recon of where other teams might be, before you start converging and you start hearing that fighting, in the distance, and you can kind of work from there.
Well, and that's the thing, since everyone's kind of grinding for these tags, the security stuff, and you can't save them per game, you're going to hear people fighting AI because you have to. Yeah. And so when you do that, you can kind of sneak in, get a good position on them, or, see what's available.
Yeah, but that's the thing with how lethal the AI are. You need to.
It's hard.
You need to take those fights really carefully, and you need to make sure that you're in a good position to do so.
Yep.
But yeah, for the extracting, once you get the clearance, you activate a terminal, and then it's not like the other ones where 3 feet from you, now the extraction point is online and you can leave. You have to activate a terminal in one part of the map, and then it puts on your map, here's your secret exfil location, usually on the exact opposite side of the map, and you have 3 minutes to get there, or it just shuts off and you can't leave from that point.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, so it's
especially because it's maze-like.
It really is, yeah. You need part of last night was us trying to kind of learn the maps. And so, like I said, we extracted once, and I feel like that was a pretty big accomplishment. We got some good loot. We were able to get out of there.
Adrenaline pumping.
Yeah. And that's without touching the main, draw of this map, which is the vaults. There's, I think, 6 vaults. And you need a vault key, which you can get from other maps or this map. You need batteries, which can be found around the map. And you need a high level of security clearance, I think, to get into them. And that's kind of where the good loot is. Vault 1 has good loot, 2 has better loot, and kind of keeps going. And then I think the 7th vault is really hard and complicated to get there. And that's where the final boss is, where you get the best of the best stuff. But obviously we did not get anywhere close to. But Um,
We don't even really know what we all need to get into
yeah,
one, like what the
I don't.
items are.
I have a good idea for the normal vaults, but it's like until one of us finds a vault key, it's not even really worth figuring that out.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But it was really
But
cool.
I'm
I was happy with it.
Yeah, and it sounds like you were saying like the vault keys you can find on other maps that aren't weekend only. So
Yeah,
like during
exactly.
the week, if we're just playing the game, we can go to those maps where they
Hmm.
spawn, get
Yeah,
a
it's
couple
usually
keys for the
yeah.
weekend.
Because on other maps, even the like lower level maps that aren't as high stakes necessarily have these events that will happen every once in a while, or where it's either there's one called lockdown where it like locks down this area and you need this special like antivirus thing to go into it, and that has good loot and it has you bouncing around the map. Keys can spawn from there. There's bosses that will spawn on maps sometimes, those can drop them as well. So it's like usually the special more difficult events on the other maps are how you get the keys, from my understanding. So yeah, just gotta do a little bit of grinding
Makes
to get
sense.
those, I guess. But I just can't imagine grinding to get one of those keys, and then you go in, you unlock a vault, and then someone shits all over you and takes all your stuff. Like that's going to be a tough mental block if I ever get to that point.
I feel like it could be a thing where it's like you get a couple, or there's a way you can unlock like buying them from the shop or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Just so I don't know, but
Make it a bit more
yeah,
consistent.
I mean, other than that, like I guess I had one more small complaint I would say is that the jump from the last map to this map in difficulty, it's considerable but not ridiculous, I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
But you do have a required like number of value of your loadout that has to be to go into this map. It has to be 5K or higher, which is kind of looted up. You kind of
Yeah,
schmooted right
yeah.
there, you know? Like that's 2 blue guns. You might not know what this means, but it's 2 blue guns, full
2
loadout of
epics,
stuff. Like pretty much like
a
and
bush, a
so
chug.
Yeah.
but like I'm like, okay, I got this really good loot. I'm bringing it in, but then all the AI start dropping blue weapons on this map, which I get it. I want them to drop good loot, but I also brought in blue weapons, and there's not really a way I can bring in a gray weapon and swap it out for a blue weapon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it kind of feels
It's almost
wasteful.
like they're
But
teasing you with the
it
fact that
really
now
is.
the enemies are finally dropping these like better weapons
Yes,
that
and
they
I can't
definitely
bring
do
them
not in the
back.
normal in the other maps.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
So that's my only
yeah.
complaint.
That's
I wish
fair.
I could
That's
like
fair.
send like weapons back somehow.
Mhm.
Like without because my backpack you just don't have enough slots like
Yeah.
unless you have like an epic backpack or
Yeah,
something
because
but
especially in this map, you need so much ammo, you need grenades, you need like a lot of
Mhm.
equipment to like just survive here that you can't. Yeah, yeah.
need so many
You,
heals
you need
like
that purple
it's
backpack
ridiculous.
for sure, to get
Yep.
enough slots for everything. But yeah, visually, I really enjoy what I've seen so far. Um, I would say it's largely in line with the rest of the game in terms of aesthetic. It's got, since it's the cryo archive, it's basically the marathon ship is massive. It's like the size of a planet, and so this is just a small section of it. So it's the end game. The other end game maps when they come out are going to be other parts of the marathon ship, and so this is kind of I don't know what the specific lore of this area is. I'm sure people have made dozens of videos on it, but yeah, so it's got like this like icy kind of wintry vibe to it. There's like certain areas that you take frost damage and you have to like go into like these almost like freezer sections to get certain materials for the vaults and stuff. So it's cool that they're kind of playing around with the theme of it.
We had to pass through I think one of those sections to escape
Yeah, that's right.
what we
That's right. We
thought
did.
had to do.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was so
And
hectic
it's
but
just so the map is very intense, but it was. I had a lot of fun.
yeah
Um,
felt kind of like just like getting to the exo was solving a puzzle in a
yeah,
way, you know.
yeah. Uh, I'm happy with it. I'm excited
Oh,
to do more runs. I think getting over that initial like fear of getting in there will help. What were we gonna say, Eli?
Well, and I think oh sorry
oh,
go ahead.
sorry. Let Marvin. Let Marvin.
Okay. I also think like now knowing what I can use my blue weapons for, like I need to have those blue weapons just to play a game.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm gonna grind my other games, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
to get that shit. And then I'll be like, okay, I don't mind using it because this is really fun, and
yeah.
all I can really use it for.
Yeah, and you can get the much better stuff on that map, so
Exactly.
much more easily.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Go on, Eli.
So you guys sound like you are enjoying the extraction shooter genre.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys gonna be playing the Disney extraction shooter when it comes out?
What? That's not a thing.
There's like rumors that that's
It's
real,
coming.
right? Like,
Yeah,
or it was leaked or something.
And then Epic, it's probably gonna be in Fortnite, I assume, because I don't know why it would be its own separate thing. But supposedly Epic Games are making a Disney Fortnite extraction shooter.
What does that even
You
mean?
guys,
Yeah, I don't even know.
What does that mean?
Was it like Disney princesses go in, like each has a special ability or something?
Cinderella's got the double pump strat to like extract with it. Like, what are we doing? I don't know.
Maybe you'll go to Disney World and like fight other Disney adults to get like hidden Mickey
to get the best spot in line. For
Honestly, that's pretty good. I like that.
That would pique my interest if it was an extraction shooter that took place in Disney World. Oh yeah,
right?
Then obviously you weren't actually walking around with the gun, but like some sort of way to.
It would be like water gun.
Yeah, something like that takes place in a park. I would definitely play that. That would be cool.
Yeah, that sounds pretty sick.
Yeah. If that's the case, then yes, I'll try it out.
Good to know. I'm gonna look this up on the side.
Yeah, but you bring up a good point about like, because this is now the second extraction shooter I've played, and I feel like both this and Arc Raiders I've spent a decent amount of time in both of them. So as a genre, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I don't know, them investing so much more into it. Like these come like Epic and Disney, as if it were like back when a Battle Royale thing was happening. I just don't see that's
because it's not the same.
It's not. It really is not.
Well, I mean, and it really was just coincidence, right? That Marathon and Arc Raiders were both coming out soon. Like it was
largely. I think it was mainly that.
Success,
they started working on them probably at a similar time. I think Marathon maybe a bit earlier when Tarkov and stuff was like really popping off, and like the potential for that genre was being realized. And so, I think we need a break. I think we need a let's innovate a bit more before we.
I honestly don't even love like. I mean, I do like extraction shooters, but I don't know. They're not like my favorite. I think they can be. I think they could be different somehow. Like I think there's some pretty fundamental flaws that would stop people from playing them more.
For sure.
I think biggest is the loot that you lose, and I think that's where the innovation is in that category, which is like figuring out how to make it less painful and more fun,
but still like meaningful.
But still meaningful, Yeah. And so I like. Maybe Bungie's take is that it's like it's not the loot, it's the experience and like doing the cool shit and like raising all the stuff.
Yeah, raising your like almost your loot floor rather than just like grinding hyper specifically for one item that if you lose, you're kind of all that time is lost. You're building your character so that when you do lose all your stuff, it's not so hard to kind of get back in there and get back to things. But it's like that is a very carefully measured approach to fixing a problem in the genre that I think is important to make a game in this genre. And I think if Epic is just like, we're going to make a Disney, extraction shooter with Mickey Mouse, like they're going to, we'll see what that looks like. We'll see.
It's set to launch later this year.
Okay. Bro.
And I'll be there.
Wow. November. Okay.
Because that's another thing. Like,
I mean, if it's free, I'll try it.
Yeah, but I was about to say, I kind of doubt it will be. Like, to my knowledge, all extraction shooters are not free. It's like there's like a almost always a $40 like barrier to entry. I think partially to weed out cheaters. It helps with that, But it's just like maybe it's just the genre. I don't really know why. Honestly, why they've been so consistently like having this like higher price tag. I think it's probably just precedent for other extraction shooters that they're building off of.
I just don't see it not being a part of Fortnite. It'd be very strange if it was not Fortnite.
Like another mode. But it's like, okay,
yeah.
They just laid off 1,000 people. they also just cut support for Rocket Racing and that like battle mode in the Guitar Hero section. So it's like,
Rocket Racing.
Yeah, they're not supporting it anymore.
It's gone. It's
gone.
gone.
You can't even play it anymore?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they just got rid of it.
Bro, I'm not kidding. My loop on the Battle Pass, whenever I would play the Battle Pass, is the Battle Royale for like a couple games, and then I would play Rocket Racing and Guitar Hero, like
because they were fun. They were great like additions, but because they weren't drawing tens and tens of thousands of people every second, they didn't see the worth, and so it's like, is that a problem with the quality of those games, or is it just the idea that Fortnite as a whole is on the decline, as any game is, when it's been out this long. But like, is it just the fact that these other spin-off games aren't going to get that much attention, no matter what they're doing? That's different. Like, are people really just going to Fortnite for Fortnite, and all these side things they're just going to Roblox for? Like all these kids. They sometimes are playing Steal the Brain Rot in Fortnite, but it has to be like a 10th of the amount of people that are doing those same exact experiences in Roblox. So
that's why I wouldn't, in my eyes, I would try and like carve out, you have your Battle Royale, then you have your like 3 other branch games. They had 4, right? They had Lego Party, they had the Valorant.
Well, there was a Lego game. It wasn't Lego Party.
Yeah.
Lego Party is a different game.
Sorry, the Lego Fortnite, I guess.
Yeah. I think it was just Lego Fortnite.
Like that plus the Valorant game, the racing game,
Ballistic.
and the Guitar.
Yeah, they shut down Ballistic as well.
No!
Like I'm not worried about that, sure, but like you had 4 pretty unique styles of games. I think
there was an Among Us one too. There was Fortnite Imposters.
That's right.
Yeah.
Kind of came and went every so often.
I don't know. I think you stick to your guns, and in those cases they had some good like floors to work with. Like I think the Rocket Racing game was great, but I mean there was probably only like 6 maps or something.
Yeah,
there weren't many.
I
think they added like one.
Some stuff up. Yeah, like
what? So how were they even supporting that? Like what was the ongoing support?
Like really nothing. And then like the Lego game, I remember enjoying, but I went back to play it and I was kind of just overwhelmed again, and I wasn't like really grabbed. But
yeah, it never really grabbed me to begin with. I don't know what it was. I think there was
we played it a bunch.
What? Sorry, what did you say?
I wish the building and like the Lego-ness bit of it could have been fleshed out better.
Yeah.
Like you're building stuff based on the blueprint, and that's it. And then on top of that, you can like vehicles somehow, but it was confusing.
Yeah,
it's like I don't know.
Survival games are already like you're building a lot of stuff. This kind of felt like a survival game with a Lego coat of paint on it, rather than using the fact that it is a Lego game to iterate on the like survival mechanics.
Yes.
At least from my pretty limited time playing it, I didn't play a ton of it. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they could have stuck with some of those modes, put some more time and like money into them and see what happens. But
it's but I get it. It's like if no one's really playing them, what are we? I don't know. It's a tough balance to make for sure. It just sucks that it comes at the cost of having to fire 1,000 people. Well, because of these bets that you're making.
I can't get like forgive them for like being like, oh, there's not enough people playing. It's like, well, okay, you're the people who fired 1,000 people, raised the price of these bucks, and are shutting down all these game modes. So it's like, which one of these is really saving money, and like, are you just being lazy? I don't know.
Investing so much in this like custom game like metaverse part, which on paper I think when they first started I was kind of like, that makes sense. Like there really isn't a big competitor to Roblox, so it makes sense that you would you already have this ecosystem of skins, and people are logging into Fortnite already, especially kids, so why not have it be this extra thing?
And it's like GTA 6 or GTA 5 like online custom games, and like not the RP part I would say, but like all the custom maps and the racing, and that was really big, I think, when it was happening.
For a while,
And so I don't feel like there's anything replacing that. I think you're right. Fortnite would have been a great place, but it's just, I don't know.
It just kind of shows how much of a big dog Roblox is. I think like there's just for what it's doing, I don't think there's really any touching it because it's like it has cornered the market on not even being a singular game so well. Like you can just kind of make any game in it. So it's like what how do you even compete against that when these people have been
and they don't even have to be
tools?
good.
Yeah, exactly. They can be absolutely terrible and
but they can also be super amazing and like honestly pretty good quality graphics for Roblox. Well, I mean, I'm saying like, you know, you see those videos and it's like this was shot in Roblox. What?
The only one that's made me think it's like insanely crazy is when there's like the intro to Half-Life 2 is remade with Roblox, and it's like it looks literally exactly the same. And the people are Roblox characters. That one's crazy. I don't even know if it's still available, but
I mean that's why Roblox is on top.
Yeah. Fortnite, Epic should have invested all that Fortnite money into actually making other games. I think is what they should have done, like smaller scale, single player. Let's not just become the Fortnite studio. Let's
Fortnite RPG
stuff. Yeah, it just I don't know. Yeah. Fortnite RPG, I guess. Also, like that's it because they almost kind of had that. It's so weird to me that they did not invest more in Save the World. Right, and like they're just now now made it free to play. What?
Yeah, which is crazy. Yeah,
you have this thing that it is like a co-op like survival action. I never played it, but I've heard it's good. I know you played it.
It's fun. We should play. We should actually play it sometime. It is fun.
Yeah, if it's free now.
Remember when we first started playing when Fortnite was a beta? We would play the game, and I remember we were like, "Man, this is great, but I would love to try out the Save the World mode. Like that sounds so cool, man."
Yeah.
And then what is it? 12 years later or some bullshit. Like I'm sitting here and they're like, oh yeah, now it's free. Because we never bought it because I'm not gonna pay that.
Yeah, what? Because also they don't update it, right? Like they don't really. There's not like these big content drops to expand, which it could be the case. That could have been a DayZ type of thing, you know, like this big like I don't know. It's just I feel like they were placing bets where they were not needed and they just didn't pay off, and the people making those decisions aren't the ones paying for it. It's the people that put in the work to kind of fully realize those that got laid off. So here we are.
Jobs now.
Yeah. All right.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. So I have on here Hearthstone. I think both of you guys have been.
I'll let Marvin take the lead on it.
Yeah. We talked about it a bit last week. But yeah, what's been going on there?
Okay. Yeah. Well, so. Last week, SavePoint Eli gave a little rundown on what he's been doing on that game, and honestly, he kind of convinced me a little bit when talking. And afterwards, like, I don't play Magic in person really that much. Like, we don't have a group where I'm at, and I never play the Gathering online or the arena game.
The Gathering.
what does that look?
It's sad.
I don't want to play arena because I have so many cards myself, and I just kind of feel like. What was the point in buying all this shit? I'm gonna just play on arena.
Yeah.
So I was excited to like play another card game again because I do like playing those. And
well, you haven't played Slay the Spire a lot, but it's different.
Well,
it's different kind of thing.
It's different. Yeah. Like building your decks. Or I don't know. Well, and to be fair, the other big key reason I got attracted to play it, and the reason I'm saying why I got attracted to play it, because it's on Battle.net, which is the worst game provider service out there.
Is it worse than EA? I don't think so.
EA one is glorious.
Yeah, it's awful. And Epic Games, that one too. I don't know, but Battle.net is.
I mean, I'd rather play something on Epic than Battle.net.
Yeah, I agree. But it's not that. It's not that far off. Let me tell you, it's not that far.
Fair enough. But it's part of the hell trio of game providers, and that almost made me just completely say I'm not playing this game. But Eli was convincing me because there's a auto battler? Is that the Is it auto chess?
I think so. Oh, I've also heard auto chess.
I don't know. It's one of those terms. But they have a mode called Hearthstone Battlegrounds, which is that. And I've played a bunch of the auto battler version of League of Legends, which I've forgotten the name of, but I enjoyed that a lot.
Teamfight Tactics.
And then, thank you, Teamfight Tactics. And I also watch people play like Super Auto Pets, which is more similar to Battlegrounds. That's really fun. And then
Interesting. I didn't know that.
it's not the same, like you have cards, but the difference like in League is like you have these like characters that move around and attack randomly. Whereas in Auto Pets, you upgrade your pets that stand in a line and then choose who they attack back and forth, just like in
Oh,
Hearthstone.
so I see.
So much more similar in like the fighting gameplay. So that's I mean that's kind of what draw me to the game, and I was just watching Eli stream it, and it just looked so fun. But like I don't know, you're stacking up like mechs or freaking demons or just some random like thing, and you're just getting a bunch of cards that buff your cards permanently, and you're just trying to get this crazy ass board that beats everybody else. And they have a bunch of ways
Yes,
to like
sir.
spice it up. You have your own like hero power, and then there's like shops, and um, I mean there's just so many cards, and there's so much shit to read. To be fair, the first 3 games I
Yeah,
was
yeah. It takes a sec.
struggling, but when you do have a good deck and you like whip 2 people's booties back to back, ugh, it's like so great. So yeah, that's what I've been playing with Eli. Care to add
We need to
anything,
hop back
Eli?
in it because I
We do,
definitely have
we
been
do.
playing it with other people a lot because we
Sure,
played
sure.
like for a good few nights, but then like
Mhm.
uh it's also very fun to have a group of like 4 or 5 people all playing it, and then you're all in the same lobby, and you'll be like, "Oh man, we're going up against each other. You better not kill me."
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, we've only
uh,
been playing like 2 player, so we can't
yeah, and I think
fight
we
each
were
other.
playing
But
duos too, so you can
hmm
play like together, and
hmm
like have a team. But
it's lots
coming
of
up in
fun.
2 days, there's a big update, and they're getting rid of probably the worst part of it, I think, which is called the
Time
time
warp
warp.
shop.
Yeah. Which is where you get like basically every like few rounds you'll get like a crazy version of like one of the base cards, but they're like some of them are just you win if you get them.
It's
And
ridiculous.
so
It's
yeah, it's not great.
ridiculous. Like I'm playing beasts over here like a good boy, looking for my beetle bonus cards, and I'm like, I feel like I have a good thing. And then I get some time warp cards, and I get some cool beasts, but nothing crazy. And then
Mm.
I go up against somebody who's also running beasts, and they have the moth character that whenever you hit it, it like buffs everything by 15, and he has 3 of them, and they're all time warp. And I'm like, I've never seen this card in my life. So is this man cheating or like?
Mm.
But yeah, it's just impossible. They have like 2,000 health, and you kill yourself. But I am glad to hear that.
That thankfully that'll be gone, and they're just adding like you just kind of get like an extra little ability kind of thing instead. Because each kind of every time you start a game, you have your own starting ability, and there are ways to get additional ones too. But this seems like more you just kind of will get additional one. Uh, yeah, you should
Sounds
hop in, Eric. It's very fun. It's very fun. It's a very chill. It's a good game, just kind
Mhm.
of like have in the background, like while you just do other stuff, kind of,
Mm.
or like talk
Once you
about
warmed
stuff.
up,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
you
Because
didn't
it
even
is
know what
very,
kind
very
of thing you
overwhelming
need.
at first.
Sure, sure, sure.
I will say like once you know what's happening and you like pick a type of card to like kind of focus on, you're just kind of looking for those cards. It is really easy. You can just watch a video or listen to some music and just talk,
Mm.
which is
Yeah.
nice.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
I might give it a shot. So, Marvin, how would you? I know you've probably played a lot more Teamfight Tactics than you have of this, but in terms of like enjoyability and what you can see yourself playing in the future, do you think you're leaning one way or the other?
Yes. I mean, I think now this is a little embarrassing to say. Teamfight Tactics I like a lot, but it's been a while since I've played it.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, whenever I want to play that kind of game, I played the Clash Royale version,
Oh, okay.
which they
I mean, I
added
think that's
like
better than the League version.
yeah,
I didn't even know
honestly,
that was a
it is.
thing. And
It's
yes, it
crazy.
is.
Um, sure, but like it's also a lot lower like brain power
Mm,
and effort
Mm-hmm.
and quality. Like, no offense, I think it's just the simpler it is for that kind of game is easier because in League it's like you have to know all of the different typings and how they work together well, and then you have to like rotate halfway through by selling shit, and it just
mm,
I don't
yeah.
know, it's a little too stressful for me.
Mm.
Um,
So then
but the
between
Clash
this and
version is
Clash.
I think I like this one more.
Okay.
I think because they're cards and like
Yeah.
I don't know. The
Yeah.
fact also that they are changing it still like is really good in my
2
mind.
days.
Like, you know, there's updates coming
Yeah,
out. There's
that's
changes.
nice. That's
They're
nice.
gonna make it better, probably. You know.
Yeah. Yeah,
And it seems like
Blizzard's
when
After
Mike
this, we can look at
mentioned,
some of the new cards. There's some cool ones.
oh, I'm down. I'm down. But yeah.
awesome. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it still. So next I had Slay the Spire 2 up. I'm not really sure though if there's anything new that we want to talk about. Any new thoughts?
I haven't really played it.
Okay.
I have been grinding it out, of course.
Still enjoying
I
it?
have everything to look.
Yeah, I've seen you playing it.
It might be my favorite game of all time. We'll see.
Wow.
I'm at Ascension level 6 on all the characters, but I'm at 88 hours now. I don't know if that's a big jump from last time, but we're getting close to 100.
Yeah.
But I did want to mention what Eric showed me, which was the public open beta version, and like how different it is to the base game. And like they've been already adding a ton of changes. Like they've been changing cards, but also bosses completely redesigned.
Yeah, because we played
like
after Marvin had been playing on the normal branch, we played co-op in the beta branch,
Mhm,
and he was noticing like huge changes to the bosses, like almost working in completely different ways to how it was on live. So yeah,
one of the final bosses of like Act 3, literally nothing similar mechanics wise, and it's
Which
much
one?
harder. It's the door. Do you remember the door? The like
Oh yeah, we didn't get to see
stone?
what it does because only time I played is you had like a crazy build and you just killed it instantly.
Yeah. So in the normal one, he like switches between his forms, and if you don't kill him in time, he like goes back to normal mode, and you have to kill him again. So it can take a while, but I guess it wasn't hard enough. Now he just every turn switches between a different buff, and one is like every card you play exhausts. One is like you can't draw cards, and then the last one is every card you play lose 1 energy.
Yeah,
Like
what?
What are we doing?
What?
It's ridiculous.
That's so dumb.
So yeah, there's stuff like that. But then also like I noticed on like the first floor boss, you know the ink guy who has a giant tail? Like in the base game, it's just a normal background. In this game, it's a thick ass inky field of like darkness. It's like shifting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So they're like changing like graphics.
Yeah, like boss arenas almost. It's pretty. It's really cool.
Well, and I also want to say like for the 3 knights fight, when the knight makes your cards ethereal, you know that debuff where like all your cards you have to play or they'll get exhausted. In the base game, like there's just like an eye drawn over your cards, and it's really hard to see what all your cards say. But in this one, they've changed it to a border, so it's not just like testing out new ideas. It's also like the front line of all the better visuals, which is just the way
I mean, it's just a beta branch, so anything they are going to add to the game, they're putting here first to make sure it works, right? And so since it's still in early access, there's still a bunch of stuff to iterate on. There's still assets that aren't finished. There's still, I'm probably new cards and stuff, but plenty of balance changes to existing cards. So it's kind of you're just getting like the front end of it. I have run into a couple things that I think are bugs with like I'll apply like weak to something and like the damage it's doing won't change and stuff. That's happened to me a couple times. I don't know if you've noticed that, Marvin, and I could just be going crazy and maybe that's not actually happening, but I swear that's happened to me a few times now. Where I've applied some certain effects and it doesn't seem like it's reflecting properly. So I don't know if that's in the live game as well, but
could be a bug. But I will say, if it is and you like notice it again, I would submit FAQ. Because there's like that button that you can just send something to the devs in the game, which is really helpful.
No, I definitely should.
But yeah, I'm loving it.
Yeah,
it's going great. And I got our 2 friends who play it to play on the beta version as well. So
everybody's on.
Oh yeah, I saw you guys playing it.
Nice.
We were having fun with co-op.
Cool. All right, the Mario Wonder DLC.
Oh right, forgot I had that on there. Have either of you guys played Mario Wonder? I assume Marvin hasn't, but Eric.
I have not. It's on my list for sure, but I haven't gotten to it yet.
It's very, very good. And the DLC just adds a lot of like new stuff to it. I think whenever you get it, you probably should get it with the DLC because it seems like the DLC is kind of interwoven into the main game. It's not like it's not like an after expansion kind of thing. It's just like Basically,
Nintendo Switch 2 edition? Is that the DLC?
Yeah, you have to get it on Switch 2.
Gotcha.
That's pretty much how most of the recent DLCs are. They're like only on Switch 2. So for some, they really advertised this part, which is partially one of the reasons I would have liked Eric to get it, because there's a big multiplayer component, which I have not been able to try any of it yet. There's local multiplayer. Wow, it's showing you right now. That's so crazy. So you can do it locally with other people who don't have the game. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. Gotcha. Because some of them are dependent. Like you need. Oh my gosh, it's like explaining it for me. you need some of them you need additional switches for, but I think some of them you don't. But you can just share it, or you can play it online.
Okay.
So all of this stuff I haven't done yet, but that's why I hadn't picked it up until now. It's because I was like, oh, I'm not gonna really. I would need other people to play it with, so I'm not gonna bother getting it. But I've just started seeing on Twitter, my algorithm was like, oh, there's actually a bunch of extra stuff. There's like a bunch of challenge mode stuff, and then I added a bunch of boss fights. So the boss fights are kind of like Captain Toad has little like tents around the map, and you have to go find them. And then the boss fights are like super super cool because it's just the main Koopalings, and then they get like changed in some way. So like I don't want to go too into it because I think they're actually like really neat. But it's like I guess like the first one, it's like, oh, usually the Koopalings are like, let's run around and like throw stuff at you or whatever. But this is be like they'll completely just change into something new, and then like there'll be like a short little stage that they're on. And then they'll kind of be like in the background, or they'll pop up, and like while you're going to get to the boss arena, they'll be like doing stuff throughout the stage, which is really cool. And then those mechanics will be throughout the boss fight. And those are really nice. And then the challenge mode is just like kind of what's being shown right now. Is it'll be like get all the coins or don't touch any enemies. And they actually get fairly challenging. And then also you could redo the boss fights in the challenge mode then they're like a lot harder. Or like you just can't get hit or whatever. So that's where I'm at now. I'm at because I was like, oh, I did all the challenges. I was like, yeah, some of those are pretty difficult. But I got through them decently easy. And then when I finally did the last one, it was like, now you're ready for the super secret ultra challenges. And some of those have been pretty difficult. Those are the ones you have to beat all the bosses like without having any power ups or something. You just have for like his tiny Mario, and I'm like, oh my bro. So I haven't gotten to. I'm still doing the other challenge ones. Some of those are pretty hard. You also get Rosalina as a player character.
Nice.
The characters don't have any abilities, but just someone else to play as. And there's like you can turn it on so like players like won't take damage and like can't die in holes or something. So like if you're like playing with like someone tiny, yeah, it's good for them. Then there's what they're showing now as well. You can play as like Luma, which I think you like control with like the mouse or something. I haven't tried that out because no one I've really played it with.
Fair.
But yeah, next time I'm down, I'll bring it. We can try out some of the multiplayer stuff because they look pretty fun. But I don't have much to say about them because I haven't tried them.
I do have a question.
Well, I definitely think it's worth it.
Did the original Wonder, did it have like challenge levels post game like most Marios do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before I bought this, I was like, I want to play it again, and I hadn't 100%ed it. I just like I thought I'd beaten all the levels because there's like the final challenge, and I'd done that. But I was like, I hadn't gotten all the coins, and I think I hadn't gotten like top of the flagpole on like 2 or 3 levels. So I went through and did all that before I bought this. And then when I did that, it was like, you've unlocked the final challenge. And I was like, oh my bro. So that one was pretty difficult because this game has like a badge mechanic where you can like choose like an extra ability to go in with. So a lot of the extra abilities are just stuff that was already like older Mario games would have like Mario 2, like the different characters had some like flutter jump or like they could like hover or whatever. So it kind of decides so you could like put those on anyone basically. And the final challenge is like though it's a level, but you change those badges and each of the little sections are different. So you have to like kind of completely rework how you play the game to do the different ones. That one was pretty difficult. Took me a while to get a hang of it. And then there's just more of that. This is challenge levels, pretty much, the DLC. So yeah, it's pretty sick.
Cool. I definitely plan on getting it at some point. I'm still working through 3D World, like the challenge levels on that. So
yeah.
And then honestly, I'll probably get Galaxy after that. I really want to play Galaxy 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then probably this one.
After watching me stream it.
Sure.
You're like, oh my bro, oh my bro.
I will say, I watched like a lot of Mario Odyssey content and some normal Mario stuff, but I feel like I always hear the complaint that the Bowserlings or the Koopalings, like
Yeah.
especially in like Mario Maker, um, you can never make a good boss battle with them because everyone's just throwing extra shit on the screen to dodge. And it's like this isn't more interesting or fun. It's just a little bit harder. And like I feel like this has been
What
like
they
a
do in
thing.
this one is super cool.
Oh,
There's
that's
like
awesome.
still, yeah.
I'm,
Because I
I'm
don't want to
really
get into it just
excited.
'cause there. I can show you later or something, Marvin. Since like
Hmm
you probably don't care as much, but
Yeah,
like
Well, I
yeah.
kind of
it's
want
just
to play them.
oh
Will I
true,
be play
yeah.
a local multiplayer or
I
can
mean,
you
yeah. If I
split
come
screen
down, you
it?
can just try them. Yeah. The multiplayer for this one works a little different. Uh,
But like you could share
than like
controllers.
yeah, you can play with like 4 people.
Okay,
But
okay.
you just because like I don't know if you ever played like the Wii Mario, like that was super chaotic because like you all were like people will just like run and just get you killed and stuff,
Yep,
or
yep.
like pick you up and throw you into holes. You can't do really any of that
Okay,
in
okay.
this one. So it's definitely more
I'm okay with that.
cooperative. Yeah, I wish there was the option because it was pretty funny. But
Yeah, I did enjoy that
Chaos
in the
mode.
older ones.
but yeah, we can try those out because they're very inventive and cool, and they last pretty long too. Like they're multi-stage boss fights that take like 5 minutes or so, probably about to beat. So they're pretty neat.
Nice.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
It helps that they turn into things. To be
Mhm.
like, oh, I turn into like a crystal or something, and then the entire thing will be about crystals. There's one. Some of them, like the boss is like
Yeah.
entirely in the background the entire fight, and you have to like do things that interact with the background. Which is those are really cool.
This is what we need. This
Yeah.
is what I was
Yeah,
asking, you know.
yeah.
Oh, here
Thank
they
you,
are.
Miyamoto.
Oh yeah, there they are.
My goat.
Oh, you see, there's a little training camp. Wow.
Nice.
Alrighty. So next we'll kind of get into the news here. A
Yeah,
couple
finishing up
things
the
we
game.
can touch
Let
on.
me look at the doc.
So the Risk of Rain 2 DLC. I believe it's called.
Oh my god.
What is it called?
Eli's proven. Hollow
Um.
something?
Yeah,
Hollow
it's like
Radiance or something?
Collective? Or no, no, no,
hallowed.
no, no, no. That's
Yeah,
not
Hallowed
the one.
collective
Fields?
artist. Because it's about there's one of the maps in the base game you guys might remember. It's like the swampy looking map, and there's like the big trees on it. There's like a little secret thing you can find if you jump off the side. There's like a cave on the side, and you go under it, and there's like a person with like a knife in them, and they're like all suspended or whatever. It's how you unlock an item.
What?
I might have just like shown it to you. You might have forgot about it because
No. The
it's
one
how
that's
you
like
unlock a specific item. Uh,
like the one that has
but
water and like
yeah. It's like all brown and like kind of gross looking. There's big
I've been on that
trees.
map a lot. I don't remember that cave.
Okay, I'll just
You
show
have to
you
take
some
me there.
photos. But that's like in like the lore, like one of like the gods or something. So
Okay.
this map is like all about that character. So like in the trailer, oh, and even like that right now that's being shown, that's from the first game. There's like that's that tower guy that summons like the little dudes that like run
Oh.
around.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope we're getting a lot of stuff from the first game as well. Oh, hallowed concepts, that's what it is.
There we go.
But yeah, this was during the Triple I initiative, which I still need to watch because like I was seeing some of the reveals in that, and there's some like pretty like crazy stuff that got shown off, but I just haven't really taken the time to watch it
What
yet.
is that for those uneducated?
It's just kind of like one of the indie directs, basically.
Okay. Gotcha.
Every time they've shown off something for Risk of Rain 2, it's been at this
Mm.
been at this event.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I've watched this trailer a few times. Yeah. There might have been like one thing that wasn't, but when they've shown off DLCs, it's
okay. So you lied.
Yeah. I think that one of
Crazy.
the PC gamers might have announced like one of the free update that added the Dead Cells guy, maybe. But it also might have still been at that triple initiative. I don't remember. That I'm super excited about having that guy as a mini boss back because he was
like,
really cool.
Yeah, I feel like I recognize him from SavePoint 1 or Risk of Rain 1.
Risk of Rain.
Bro, I kind of
yeah.
want to play that game again. It is a very fun.
Yeah, we should hop back in because I haven't played in a while either, and we never beat like the secret boss.
Yeah, I beat
in
the
the new
boss a couple
DLC.
times.
But not
Oh,
the secret one.
I meant the first one. as well.
Oh, in the first game. Yes.
Like one.
True. Yes. Yeah, we
Where
haven't
one
played in a while.
returned. Yeah, I mean, it's fun to just throw a couple runs in.
I beat that first game once solo, and I never touched it again. I never played it again. I was like, okay, well, that's enough for me. I tend to do that a good bit with roguelikes, I guess, but I don't know.
Did you ever try the challenge mode? All that stuff was sick. I loved that.
In the first one?
Oh yeah, those.
I don't think so.
Yeah, the remake. So. Yeah, because it has
cool like. I don't even know how to explain them. They're all
like different, almost like mini games kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
They were kind of like mini games. Yeah.
Some were impossible. I'm gonna be real honest.
Yeah, some were crazy.
The punching the bison off of the floating platforms one.
Oh, I don't remember. Maybe I haven't done that one.
Crazy. You know how many hours I spent dying on that bullshit?
And you have to do that because it's the only way to unlock like the.
I know. It's so stupid. That's my one complaint, is that the unlockables are behind some bullshit. Like, there's a speed run that I was like, who is doing this shit? Like, what? But anyways.
Nice. Yeah. I'm excited. I haven't played most of the DLCs, but it'd be fun to like go through and kind of get a tour of those at some point.
I'm down.
Because I know like the first one that Gearbox released wasn't like super well received right when it came out, but then they like updated it and kind of fixed everything. But Owlid Collective, which was the one that came out last year, was super good just right off the bat. It's all cool, the drone stuff and like the drifter who's super fun, and then the drone guy, I don't remember his name. Yeah. But I'm excited for this one. Hopefully it adds probably 2 or 3 new characters like normal. I hope it adds the miner. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Or the pilot. I'd also like the pilot a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be nice. We should play it. I've been thinking we should, when we have time, try to do more like recording more gameplays together. I think would be fun.
Yeah, because we haven't in a while.
Just like post the videos up, even if we don't stream.
And we have like a library of co-op games that we played a bit and then never finished.
And that would give us a good reason to do that.
Before the podcast, we could play Peek Gun. I know it's my fault,
For sure. No, but I'm totally down. I'm totally down.
Yeah. And I haven't played like a 3-player Risk of Rain game in like years, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like I've only like usually whenever I'm playing with someone, it's just like you and me.
I'm down. I'm 100%.
You can get up to 4.
I'm down.
All right, let's do it. We'll make it work.
So next up, this I don't have the info necessarily pulled up for this one.
Yeah, where are you getting this?
I didn't see this.
You haven't seen it?
No, I hadn't heard this.
Let me just vamp for a second while I look into this for a second.
Let's just keep talking about Risk of Rain 2.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, maps in that DLC that the Owlid Collective are so cool. Well, so I'm excited to see some new ones.
And I'm excited to play with all 3 of us because I was going to mention earlier, I forgot, I haven't played that 3rd DLC. Like, I recently bought the first 2 and in a bundle.
No, you played with me.
I know, I played with you. Yeah, I played it. Sorry. I haven't played it a lot, is what I meant to say.
Yeah. Because like, we got to the boss, but we didn't beat it, I don't think. And I don't think I told you, but we might have beat it, I don't remember. But there's a secret boss after that is like crazy, even crazier.
You told me,
and I've never beat that.
I remember getting absolutely chungused in the pool that has all the like giant stones in a circle around you or something. Is that not it? Okay, never mind.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Bro played Risky of Rain.
Yeah, you played the Roblox version.
This is just a rumor. Jez Corden, who I think is from like some like Xbox, like Windows Central, I think from. He has a podcast. He's like a pretty reputable leaker, journalist. But it is a rumor that this year's Call of Duty could potentially not launch day and date on Game Pass as they have been these past couple of years since the acquisition, and not really commenting on like this is gonna happen, but what, like almost like a what if, like do you see this happening? What does this spell for Microsoft and their business model and their decisions recently? I just kind of wanted to hear your guys' opinion on this.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Game Pass like doesn't make them any money. So
Yeah.
like, I'm pretty sure they do not make money off of Game Pass. So
Yeah.
it's like, yes, they're just like the only game that people would buy like in mass that we probably are hurting ourselves by putting it on Game Pass is Call of Duty.
Yeah. There are so many games on Game Pass that I think it's like you don't know 100% whether or not it is being hurt. The sales of this game are being hurt in a substantial way by being on a subscription service that people already had. But Call of Duty is one of those games. You know for 100% fact that while it is driving growth of Game Pass and it is pulling in subscriptions, it is also taking a huge chunk out of potential sales for a yearly release of Call of Duty. So I don't know. This whole like back and forth that they're doing with Game Pass, it just largely Xbox. Obviously, they've had so many issues, and there's they have their problems. But I think they almost like should have known that this was going to happen. That like there would be they have not. Game Pass has not been profitable, like you're saying, for I think since it's been a thing, right? Like it never really has been profitable. So why would you think that, okay, we just acquired this studio for what, like $2 billion? No, it was like $8 billion or something, right? When they bought Activision, it was something crazy. So it's like
I think so.
By far biggest cash cow from them, we're going to lump it into this service that we don't make money on. What? Like it doesn't make sense. As a consumer, I thought it was great because, I was like, oh, I don't have to pay for Call of Duty. I can try it out. But it's just, I don't know. Because it's like Black Ops 7 came out last year. And even though I did have Game Pass, the reviews and just like the general Call of Duty fatigue for me was just like, I don't even want to bother downloading it and trying it, So it's like, I with all the hype around Black Ops 6, there's a good chance I would have just bought it. I would have bought it, enjoyed it as I normally do, and then 7 I wouldn't have. And so in this case, they just kind of, I got to play it on Game Pass, and that was it. And they lost out on that sale, and I'm sure that is a similar story for a lot of people. Last year was the first year that Battlefield took over Call of Duty in sales, which
I did not know it was that bad.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that is that again, Black Ops 7 wasn't the most liked Call of Duty, but it is also that you're already at a baseline taking out a huge chunk of your potential buyers having it on Game Pass. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, because then if I'm a Call of Duty fan, I'm gonna be honest, it's more economical to just have Game Pass. Yep. Like if they're gonna keep coming out. Now, obviously, if I see this, I'm like, maybe I should just cancel Game Pass and start buying them again. But
yeah. After the price increases, I canceled my subscription. Do you guys still have it?
I think I do.
I do. Yeah.
Because I just haven't.
I do, but I do play stuff on it.
Yeah, I haven't played anything on it. Well, obviously, since I canceled it, even before that, like months and months, and I was paying like $20 a month for it. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I need to do that.
I think also like for like I don't know how many people like play COD like long term. Like it's like I'm gonna play it for like a month or two, like just get it on Game Pass and you're spending you're not paying anywhere near as much as just buying it.
Exactly. For me, that's exactly how I interact with Call of Duty at this point. I'll play it for a month, 2 if it's a really good one, and then I've gotten my fill. I'll wait till next year. There's so many games to play, right? Like it's just Call of Duty is not going to be one of those that I'm glued to like that.
Yeah, and we're not probably the target. Like I feel like the target audience is that guy who comes home from work and has like 3 hours to play games or 2 hours to play games, and they just want to play a game they know how to play. Like kind of very familiar to them, and Call of Duty has been like
they know they'll have some friends on.
Yeah, and like it is a fun game. Like, but they just, I'll be honest. Like, you lost your sauce, and I don't know. It's just like, you have to do something a little better than what they're doing now, I think, to engage people and like fans.
Yeah,
there's more creative. I don't know.
Agreed.
Bring back goated zombies, okay? I will buy that game.
Like, I mean, I've heard Black Ops 7 Zombies isn't bad. I've heard it's just all right. But
why don't you just bring it back to what 3 looked like? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, seriously,
like
I don't know.
Like, is it that hard to replicate the visual?
It's you're literally doing less. Like, those games did less, but it ended up being so much more than what it is now.
And
like
the new stuff looks like garbage, and I'm like, this is 10 years later. Like, you should be able to make the same maps you did for Black Ops 3 doubled in a year.
Yeah.
But it's obviously not like that. So I don't know.
Yeah. Everything's. I don't know.
Like it's all oversaturated.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. They're making zombies purely because they know it's popular, is what it feels like, and not because there's that core passionate team that really understood the spirit of what that made that mode so special. With Jason Blundell and all of them. I feel like once they left, it was just kind of. This is something we need to continue. And again, not that they've done a bad job. I think they've had good maps and there's been great ideas and all that stuff. And I'm sure the people working on it are.
I actually really enjoyed the zombies, but
yeah,
it's a completely different mode. Like, let's not sit around here and you're getting armor plates from the ground like you're in Warzone.
It's just, I don't know.
That's just not zombies. I'm sorry.
And then what the big kicker for me is, I'd say like a month or two into Black Ops 6's life cycle is just so clear that the calling cards and stuff are being made with AI now. And that has just remained the case in Black Ops 7. And that's just like, that was the nail in the coffin. I was like, if you guys aren't even going to bother in, like, because that was a big draw in, like, for the multiplayer and the zombies grind back in the day, like, getting those calling cards and those icons and the emblems and all this stuff. Like, they were really cool. And the challenges that came with them, it was just a great way to have something to chase and then something to show for it in turn. But then when I know that the thing I'm grinding for, someone said, hey, Grok, generate a picture of zombie Santa. Yeah, I'm good. You can keep that.
Yeah, well, and when I see them doing it in one aspect of their game, it just makes me think, how long until like every single how long until the skins are AI generated?
Yeah,
and it's like, I'm just like not gonna trust you. It feels like it's infected your game now.
Yeah,
you have to take a strong stance against AI to like really change my mind on that. And like be like, here, we're actually hiring a bunch of talented artists to do calling cards. Like
you've done for 15 years or whatever the Call of Duty's been around. Like I don't know. Whatever. Okay, the next thing on the docket was Sony putting fans in their games. So the player base is a new initiative. Let's see if I can get this pulled up here from Sony. Basically it's like a sweepstakes, right? Where you can apply to at current get your face scanned and put into Gran Turismo 7 as the first game.
Eric scanned.
I remember hearing about this.
Yeah. And this is cool. It's a fun little thing. It reminds me, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Dead Island 2, when that game was originally announced, it was announced and then that game didn't come out for like 8 or 10 years, something ridiculous. But when it was first announced, years and years, over a decade ago at this point, they did a similar thing. It was a sweepstakes where you would they were going to pick 5 like lucky fans to be zombies in the game. And I was like, oh, that's cool. It's like a fun, like a fun little, it was like a pre-order sweepstakes or something like that. And then I'm pretty sure, even though it took like 10 years for that game to come out, they still did it. I'll have to verify that, but I think they stuck through with it. And so that's what this kind of reminds me of. I think it's a fun little thing. The main reason I wanted to bring it up is where do you think, because, they tease here that this is going to come to other games. What do you think would be a fun or funny kind of inclusion for the future? For so far it looks like it's going to be Sony first party games only.
Okay.
So.
Well, okay. Here's a question. First off, is Gran Turismo characters are they going to be like in the audience, just kind of sitting there and clapping and waving? Very static almost.
Well, I'm pretty sure those games have like a career mode. And so I don't know if they've announced, specifically which character you're going to be or anything like that. But
I could see like Spider-Man being like a New Yorker,
Oh, yeah, that'd be a fun one. That'd be a fun one.
Model like a whole character. I don't know if that's a lot harder than doing what they're doing in Gran Turismo 7, but that would be cool, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I know like now they have like full body scan technology. Like they probably just like fly you out and put you in a chamber and then
that's exactly. And they say it here. They're like, will I have to travel for the scan? Yes. Sony Interactive Entertainment and or its authorized representatives will organize and cover the cost of travel and lodging for the prize. The winner will be solely responsible for ensuring that the winner and guest have all necessary travel documentation to enter and travel to the United States. So you get to bring someone with you.
Okay, Eli, if you win, will you bring me?
I got you. I
can't compete with Sarah, so.
Good call. Yeah, this is fun. If I could get chopped in half by Kratos, like I would sign up for that. You know what I'm saying?
For
like
sure,
100%.
For sure.
I'll be there. Stab my face with a half broken bottle as Ellie. Like, let's go for it. Let's do it.
I mean, is there going to be
could
a
you
last
imagine?
3?
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe.
I think at some point, but it's been very wishy-washy whether or not that's going to happen.
Okay.
We'll see.
Not to throw a wrench in the conversation.
Yeah.
Could you imagine they like put like I don't know like they have like a scene in, like a prison or something like just in some game and they put you in there like this guy he committed the most vile he's like a rapist child molester and it's just Eric Rodriguez standing there.
That would be evil, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so this documentary game on Jeffrey Dahmer, we've searched far and wide for who we wanted to play this character, and the PlayStation player base program brought the best option we could ask for. Yeah.
Is it a random selection? Because also like you gotta think like probably like the sweatiest neckbeards are probably 90% of the people applying to this, and like, or are they gonna like let's choose someone that's like it's a normal looking person, or are they gonna be like,
well,
so here's like a Discord moderator that we flew out.
It says here.
I hope they do the second half.
Yeah.
It's luck of the draw, but
yeah. It says share your story, share a special memory using the form below, make it something from the heart that tells us why PlayStation is important to you. And then it just says a selected player will be invited to be scanned at one of our visual arts studios.
Well, Eric, you gotta pop in.
Yeah, I probably will sign up. That'd be hilarious. But like, I'm sure I could.
Would you wait for something that's not Gran Turismo?
I mean, I don't know if you can though. I don't know if if they were like, you won. I could be like, yeah, I know I won, but I'll take a rain check until you guys have a more interesting game. Like they probably told me to go fuck myself. So I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think that would fly.
You could say in your thing like, you can talk about the Sony stuff, and then you'd be like, I don't really play Gran Turismo, but if there's a game coming out in the future.
Yeah,
save me for that.
They put you in Astrobot.
Oh man!
A full 3D. It's like the levels. It's like you running.
One of the bosses is like a
Eric.
Giant version of me. Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
Oh, that'd be too crazy.
That'd be crazy. Okay.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
What if they shipped you in and they're like, yeah, we're gonna need you to take off all your clothes?
Okay.
Yeah, you're doing this full frontal nude scene for the next God of War, the God of War remakes that they're doing. Those Kratos mini games where you're like, he's pounding on him in the bed. Yeah, we needed a new model for that. Yeah, the button.
When they remake those, I really hope that's not the case.
What do you mean?
Well, they're gonna remake those games at some point, right?
Well, they just announced it. Yeah, they announced it.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I really hope I'm not gonna have to button mash sex again. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think just a cutscene's fine.
Yeah.
I think we've
it's kind of fun
past that point.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know. It's fun.
I think in the new HD it would be a little weird.
True.
But
True. It would be weird.
Then you're just kind of playing a sex game.
Let me retry. It's not really fun, but it is funny because like you're sitting there mashing it and just, like, there's like stuff falling off of the nightstand and stuff. Like there's lamps and stuff and just hearing all this crazy stuff. It's pretty
Eric's
funny.
playing with one-handed.
Yeah, we got a gooner over here.
Well, okay. Did you guys ever play those?
No.
Nah,
but I did watch.
That's what I thought. No. We're gonna move on. Okay.
I watched.
I've never seen that out.
Yeah. That's why Marvin wants it as a cutscene because he didn't have the visceral experience of mashing it himself.
I didn't have to play one-handed.
I did not play one-handed. Okay.
Sure, buddy. Sure. No, I was watching. I don't know who it was. It was like I want to say it's like offline TV or something, playing this really horny game for some reason. I don't know what it was, but in the settings there was a one hand like control list mode.
Interesting.
And I was like, what?
Well, I think it was like a Gooner game, so like obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's just a new accessibility.
Like,
they're gonna win at the Game Awards for accessibility options for their one-handed mode.
I'm sure.
Oh, okay. Nintendo fake leaks is the next thing we had on the board here.
Yeah, that may or not have been as just added because I just remembered it.
Okay.
So I last week, and you remember we talked about there was like all those huge leaks that came out
last week,
and this is something.
Wait, are they fake?
No, probably not. Possibly, but there were reports that due to that they've been or at the very least that they just have started circulating a bunch of fake leaks to try to like out people that have been doing these leaks. And that's like, I thought it'd be interesting to bring it up because that's actually something they've done before. Like a few years back, a bunch of leakers were talking about a game called Star Fox Grand Prix. That was like everywhere. So many people were talking about that. And then it just came out that's like, yeah, that never existed. It was never real. And it was just something that was fake that was like put out there.
Interesting.
It's the classic, like you give 5 employees each a different name or something, and shows up in the press.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, smart move from Nintendo.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of like leaks though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say if it's a thing that's out there, like just announce it already. I don't know.
Yeah.
That whole thing of like wait until the game, game's like 5 months to announce it. I never like, if you know that this is going to happen, just throw it out there. Okay, now we know that that's what this studio is working on. Now we know that this franchise is getting a sequel. Just announce it. And so if we have to rely on leaks to kind of get ahead of that, I'm fine with it. But it does kind of suck that they're cracking down.
I mean, I don't know. Like, part of me also likes hearing about stuff when it's pretty soon to come out because then you don't have to wait like a year to be like, oh, we gotta wait a year for this.
I agree,
but it's nice to drop like it's coming out in October and it's like, oh my gosh,
that is really awesome. But that is great when it's like a new IP or like no one was really anticipating anything. Like, my mind goes to something like the Fallout remasters, right? It's like, we know we are pretty confident they're working on that. Just announce it. Just put like all these rumors to bed of what exactly it could be, of who's working on it, of what the timeline for. Even if you don't have a release date, just be like, here's this little trailer. Yeah, we teased it. Fallout 3 Remastered is coming at some point. Like that. That's enough.
But how crazy is it?
I'm gonna be honest.
Waking up one day.
Yeah, and it's just out
because that's what the Oblivion remaster was just like. Yeah, it's out.
Yeah, but also that had been leaked like 18 times in the 4 months beforehand. So it's like rather than getting some cool surprise announcement trailer, we're just relying on some people tweeting about it. It's like it's cooler, I think, if they just get ahead of it and announce it ahead of time.
Well, and I'm gonna be honest. I feel like there are people who love these games that much that hearing that there's a remake coming out, that could keep them on this planet. I'm going to be honest. Me, if I hear New Vegas is coming, I'm going to be around for that. Okay. Not to, but like.
Are you okay?
I'm just saying.
No, same here, honestly.
No, but like, I don't know. And I think like, yeah, I just want to hear like, for also like for me, I haven't played all the classic games out there. So if I hear there's a second version of a game coming out or a sequel, I might want to go back and play the first game. And the longer I have to do that, the better, I think.
Yeah, but and that's really for like like you're saying, sequels and remasters. I think I am mainly on board with you, Eli. If it's like, Square Enix reveals this game. No one's ever heard of this IP. The teaser is super cryptic, and there's not even a hint of a release date. It's kind of like, okay, well, why did you even show that? Like, no one. Yeah. There was really no reason to do that when the game's going to come out in 8 years. Like, who cares? But I just think if there's
Pragmata.
Sure, exactly, like Pragmata.
It's like Pragmata is coming.
Yeah, and Pragmata is finally actually coming. I'm really excited for that game. Actually, I think we talked about it last week, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Alrighty. Next on the board, we've got Strixhaven. This is the new Magic the Gathering set. Secrets of Strixhaven. Yep, excuse me. Looks cool. I think all the cards are revealed at this point.
Yeah, they should be. Yeah.
Awesome.
We should have done a quick look through of them before we.
Yeah, I've seen a good few of them. But what are your general thoughts?
I'm really excited.
Yeah,
it looks like a really fun set.
Yeah. Similar vibes here. Looks like a lot of cool cards. I'm really enjoying the theme of like actual school elements in the set.
Yeah.
And as a student, I feel a little attacked. Or like
a student and a fan of Harry Potter. That's a
That's
a double.
Yeah,
exactly. It's a little weird for me looking through these and seeing like head professor, and I'm like, but
I hate
I'm
my
really
head
liking
professor.
Yeah. But and then on the flip side, the art. Oh my god, beautiful. I'm so glad they're bringing it back to the a lot of the old art like from the first set, but also some crazy cool stuff. So I'm excited.
Yeah,
I love the 5 colleges. Having like those archetypes to build around too is a lot of fun.
Yep,
agreed.
Well, and I think like I remember when the first one came out, and it was like we were in a time of abundance of good sets. I would say were we?
I think we
no. This
Maybe
was
we weren't.
No,
I remember there being a little bit of shit on Strixhaven, and I remember coming out.
I don't know. I feel like people loved it.
Really?
I don't think we did pre-release for Strixhaven.
No, because it was right. Strixhaven came out, and then it was like kind of right after that we really started getting back into it. A little after Strixhaven.
Okay, I guess I just remember like going and getting packs for it.
Implanting memories.
Here, but
no, I mean I think amongst our group, I don't think we were super hot on it. Just I think generally, but
the only thing I remember was you and me and Eric split a gift bundle that one time, and I pulled a demonic tutor. That's the only thing I remember.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I know we really dug them. Like or at least I really like the mystical archive stuff. I'm pretty sure like we talked about that quite a bit. It could have been that there wasn't really a ton of other stuff in that set that was like, super like, oh, I need to have this card, or like I think because we weren't there for when the set came out, we didn't do pre-release. It was kind of like, oh well, we caught up on the big hits, but other than that, there wasn't much there.
Well, I'm glad that at least it has definitely aged like wine. I think looking back on it now, I'm like that set was really unique, and they did a good job setting up the world, and I'm so glad they're coming back to it.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely excited. Don't have the.
Are you getting any of the commander decks? Oh well, that might just answer it. I thought about getting the Lorehold Quintorius deck. Because I love Quintorius the goat. But it's not built the way I would like to build it, so I think I'm just gonna get some of the cards from it because it's like very much a spirits deck, and I feel like it doesn't like super because Quintorius is like ability is like when a card leaves your graveyard you make like 2/3 spirit, and the deck is a lot of just spirits. It's not tons of like. I mean, there's like, of course, it's in there, but it's not how I would build it because I would build it. I want to put as much stuff in the graveyard as possible that I can just pull out whenever I want, kind of thing. Which is also like really cool to do in white-red because you don't really think of that. That's more like a green or like a green-black.
And I feel like that fits the
exiling stuff.
Yeah, that fits like almost like the Indiana Jones-esque fantasy of like pillaging through, grabbing all these artifacts and stuff from your graveyard.
Yeah,
I think there should be some synergy for spirits and maybe some good like big spirits in the deck.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, I think you're right. You should be discarding a lot. You should be maybe milling some, and then a bunch of those cards that can interact with your graveyard, flashbacks, that kind of thing.
Yeah, seems cool. I really like the
the trailer's really cool. You should watch it.
The prepared mechanic, being able to cast like these iconic spells, is really neat. That's probably my favorite thing that I've seen so far from the deck.
They've done a good job with the new mechanic.
Sticking a lightning bolt.
I think that'll be really fun and limited, but I just don't know how much I'll probably. I feel like I probably won't use it that much in constructed.
Yeah, probably not.
There is like for specific things, there are some things I might want to do with it because there are the way it works is actually kind of weird. Whenever the creature with prepared enters, you make a copy of that spell, or when the creature becomes prepared, you make a copy of the spell that it's going to cast in exile, and then you can cast it gets cast from exile. So like anything that's like when things get cast from exile, you can get benefits off of that.
Okay.
Which is not like intuitively how you would think it would work. It's kind of strange.
Yeah. It's not like adventure. or whatever.
Yes, yeah, it's not like adventure, yeah, because adventure's just like on the card. Yeah, it doesn't like play like that section on the card.
Which I do think that is a little weird visually, just because it does look almost identical to an adventure card. I don't know what they could have done
on
to
the other side.
that, but yeah. But cool set.
Well,
I'm excited. I'm excited. Hopefully, do pre-release.
Yeah, I'll definitely be doing it. It's this week, so.
Oh, really? Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah, it's Friday or this weekend.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so that's it for the news.
He's not doing it.
Gaming and news kind of wrapped up.
Yeah. Was there anything else we wanted to touch on there? I assume you would have put it in the doc, so we'll move on to the shows and stuff that we've been watching. So the first one I had up here, I don't know if you've watched it. I assume you have. Eli, is The Boys. Have you watched the new episodes? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We won't like be super spoilery, but Marvin, I don't think you don't really have an intention of watching this, right?
No, I think I don't think it's for me.
Okay, yeah. So we can be a little loosey with it. What are you
profound lover of Netflix's Big Mouth will not watch The Boys?
That's incredible.
That's a crazy stray. That came out of nowhere.
One season, and I gave up on it. Okay.
Of Big Mouth or The Boys?
5 years. Big Mouth.
Oh
no, I think I watched like a season and a couple episodes of The Boys, and
oh, sorry, I have the wrong video up.
I just couldn't get into it. I think on top of all the awkward scenes and the dolphin sex and I don't know, like just specifically the deep was just too much for me. I think. I don't know. I think I've seen some clips and I've like heard it's really really good. Maybe one day I'll go into it, but at this point, like I think I've seen a bunch of stuff that I'm not like withholding spoiler information. So
yeah. So what did you think, Eli?
I like it quite a bit. I definitely have some problems with it. But for the most part, I've enjoyed it. I've been enjoying it a lot. I think probably my biggest thing, and I think we even talked about this a bit with Gen V, is that like the writing is just kind of predictable. Like there's a lot of times where I'm just like, yeah, obviously this is exactly how this is going to happen. There's like no real like, you can kind of just like tell what's going to happen instantly. But I like kind of like some of the plot threads they putting in, like kind of like with Homelander kind of having like almost like he's like coming to realizations that he should not be doing. He should. Like I like that
when he's at like the height of his like power and control.
Yeah. He's like, wait a minute, what am I doing? But then sometimes there are some times where I'm like, why are characters acting like this? Like, why is Soldier Boy at all going along with anything? Like, why is he just like, yeah, I'm gonna do that? What?
Yeah.
No. Like, also, why does he even hate them? It does not really make that.
Why does Soldier Boy hate the boys?
Yeah.
Like, well, I think it's because Butcher, like he like turned on him, right? So like,
I mean, true, yeah, but it's like I don't know. I just feel like that's like how far did he turn on? He was like, "Hey, don't kill this child." And he's like, "I hate you."
Turned on him.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. So for context, this is season 5 of The Boys, and there's 2 episodes out. So we're talking about the first.
Okay.
I don't think the third one's out
yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree with what you're saying. I think the writing is. That's a great way of putting it. I don't think the writing's bad. I think it's pretty good, and I think it's definitely an improvement over season 4. Oh my god, almost in every way, it's been an improvement over season 4. I did not like that season at all.
Well, season 4 would be like let's just replace like a word with soup, and that was every single thing they ever were talking about. This season, I think it did it one time where I was like, it kind of was like a flashbang when I don't remember what.
It's like their cultural commentary is just like in season 4 especially was so heavy-handed, and it was they were not leaving a lot of room for other stuff. And this season is towing a better line so far.
One thing it is so hard to are they ADRing the lines of
Kimiko?
I think that's her name. I can't remember. Yeah. Because like I know she's like a voice actor. I don't know I don't know, bro. That was so close.
We're on season 5.
Because like sometimes she's talking, bro, and I'm like, what? I'm like, it does not even look like her mouth is moving at the same time. But is it just because that character never talked before?
I think that's part of it. I think they were ADRing in the first few scenes. I don't think they're doing it anymore though. I think they stopped.
Yeah, because it did seem as it went on, it wasn't as bad.
Yeah, but I think that's also just like getting more used to her actually talking now. Is
yeah.
I on one hand, I'm kind of like I kind of wish there was a bit more of a deal made that she's talking now, or like the impetus for her starting to talk, because they kind of just did it. But at the same time, it's like, do we really need that? I don't know. At least we get everybody's reaction to her talking all of a sudden. That we have that. I'm happy with that. But yeah, I think overall it's been good. It's been fun. I think season 4 did a thing that I don't like when shows do this. They'll sometimes get in this like episodes not feeling very distinct and not feeling like they have their own arc and their own story. And I think season 4 fell victim to that sometimes. It kind of felt things were kind of just bleeding over and didn't have like a sense of like a consistent, like it was just the through line was the show, and there wasn't these separate plots for each episode. And so far in this one, each one has a very clearly defined story that it's telling, and like a beginning, middle, and end. That they've both been good, like breaking them out of the what is basically a concentration camp in the first episode, and then the whole thing with the giant magma cum monster in the second episode has been that was fun. That was very entertaining.
I really liked how that second episode kind of did, like, because it did forward the plot, but it also felt kind of like almost like they're kind of like a classic boys adventure. Like, let's go kill these guys for some reason. But they did it. We're doing it for a reason. Also, I like that worm guy. The worm guy was pretty cool. I think all the super powered people they've been showing have been nice.
Yeah, the guy that eats dirt and shits it out at the same time to make tunnels. Yeah, they like
without that.
Billy like goes and
go without that, man. I'm gonna watch my shit.
I do wish he had gotten like hurt and turned into two people or something, because they almost like hinted at that happening, like him get like almost as like would he get cut in half and then be like two separate people like a worm would. That'd
be funny.
I was hoping that would happen, but it still was very good.
That's another. You're throwing off heaters. The fact that like they are these individual episodes, but it is kind of that classic like first few seasons, like the boys just have to get this job done. Here's the scenario. Here's how they're going to do it. Kind of everybody's involved, which is another thing that I think season 4 was struggling with, is like they were kind of splitting off into groups. And I don't know, when you have a cast that kind of works so well together in this group, it doesn't really make a lot of sense for me to have these long stretches where they're not part of this team. But one thing that I've always kind of praised the show for since season 1 that they're continuing to do here is that for the most part everybody's still alive, and like all the main characters are still alive. They're still they still got kind of new things going on with them. I think some are kind of weaker than others, like Huey. I don't know. There's certain people that I'm not as hot on in terms of how they've developed so far, but they're still here, and they're still interacting with each other. They haven't just like shows, you know what I'm talking about? Like shows will just do that thing where in like the last like 2 seasons, like basically a new cast, and it's like it doesn't. I hate when they do that, and I'm glad they stuck with it, especially in a show like this where so many people are dying, like just in the world, that it would have been easy to have like every season there's some crazy gross like death scene for one of the main characters, but they just didn't do that. Like they'll introduce characters and then kill them off like a season later, but the main cast is still there, and they've added a lot of really good new characters. So yeah, so far so good. I'm excited to see where it goes.
This is a little off topic, but just for the ending of the second episode, because I watched them when they dropped because I just couldn't sleep, so I was like, it's 3 a.m. I'll just watch them. Who cares? And so I was like, I wonder how other people like their episodes. So I go to, of course, the best site to figure that out, Reddit. And there were a lot of people, because they obviously the second episode they kill some people. There were a lot of, but the one person that they were really trying to kill doesn't die. he like sits up at the end, and there are people thinking that they had like made a zombie or something. They were like, "Is he a zombie?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? No, this is not turn that guy into a zombie. He just didn't die. What are you talking about?" And I saw multiple people saying that, and I was like, "What? This cannot be joking. What are you talking about?" But I thought that was funny.
Oh man, we're gonna have like a Reddit watch segment on this podcast where we just pull in crazy comments. I feel like that Reddit and Twitter watch, just reacting to the dumbest takes online.
Oh my bro,
we should do that. We should kind of have a doc for that or something.
I like ritualistically hide from both of those apps, like looking, and then I'll like find myself on X. And then I'll see like 3 replies, and I'm like, I'm so glad I don't use this every day. I think I would blow my brains out. These people are insufferable.
And Twitter's worse. Twitter is worse.
Than 100%.
With the people on Twitter, because it's like you cannot even tell. It's like, are these people legitimately this stupid, or are they just like acting stupid? You can't tell.
Okay. Next up is Invincible. I threw this on here. I'm still only... I've seen, I want to say 3 episodes. So I have not seen the... what is the Devil Cop guy episode yet?
What's his name? Damien Darkblood.
Damien Dark. I haven't seen that one yet, but I've seen everything. I've seen the other ones.
I've seen the first 2 episodes, I will say, but I'm caught up on the comics, so I don't mind spoilers.
Yeah.
Talk about whatever.
Are you caught up, Eli?
Yes.
Okay.
I think there's 6 episodes out. I think. Is that right?
I gotta catch up, bro. Everyone was talking
6 coming soon.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Everyone was talking smack about that Damien Darkblood episode, and it's just Sarah and I've had so many shows to watch that I'm like, I don't want to spend an hour watching this episode that everybody has been saying is terrible. But I'm excited to see it for myself, of course. But I'm enjoying it so far. What are you guys thinking?
I think I really liked the the second episode. I thought was super, super good.
That was a banger.
I didn't care as much for the third one. The third one had that weird I don't know. I think we might have talked about it a little bit. Where I know Marvin, you haven't seen it, but it's the episode where Mark kills or no, he already killed the guy that had all the aliens in him. I forget that guy's name.
Yeah.
The guy that has all the sequids in him, and he
he just has 1, but yeah.
Yes.
Well, no, because he has been training. There was thousands of them, and he has the last one. So Mark has to kill him. And they're like, man, a lot of people are like, Mark, how could you kill someone? Killing people's bad. And then the second half of the episode, just the Flaxens invade, and they're just slaughtering them with no hesitancy. And I'm like, that's so strange. And then even there's even that line where Robot defies the order of Brit, and then Brit's like, how could you defy my orders? I hate you. And then they order Brit not to do something. He's like, sometimes rules are made to be broken. And it's like it's like, why did he just say that? Yeah. There's no reason for him to have said that.
Maybe he was inspired by Robot or something. I don't know.
I get what you're saying. I will say, in general, the contradiction's probably annoying, but there are parts of it that are setting up for things, I think, in the comics that are coming.
Well,
goated storyline. Goated for real.
Yeah. What's to come with that is very, very fun. But the episodes, other than the Damien Dark, which I don't hate that episode. A lot of people just really hate it. It's just kind of I get because it doesn't really add anything at all. To the plot. It's really just Mark goes to hell and fights some lava guys, and then he leaves. But I thought it was fun for what it was. But then after that, it's all the Viltrumite War stuff, and those episodes 5 and 6 are really good.
Careful.
What? That's not a spoiler. The entire second episode is them setting up, we're going to get Mark so we can do the Viltrumite War. But that's what the next 2 episodes are.
So.
But
I'm fine with a little bottle episode. I don't mind that. I do think though in season 3 there's just I know there's still a lot of comic left, right? What would you say? Do you think they're about halfway through the comics?
Yeah, I think they're about half.
Okay,
about halfway.
And so I don't know. I'm caught up to the comics around like right after the Conquest fight, so I'm not ahead of the show anymore. But there's just certain like characters and storylines that when they're doing, I'm just like, I just don't care about. Like I just don't like get back to the main stuff. You know, Robot, his internal struggles after what is the season 4? I just don't care. Like I can't bring myself to care about him as a character, and a lot of the other members of the Guardians. Same with Samson, the rock guy. I feel like he's fine, but most of his episodes and arcs have played out exactly the same, and it always ends up in like the same like situation. I'm like, why are we still doing this? I like it really does feel like filler.
I forgot about that.
I don't know. It just no wonder, because like what are you even doing? the one last season where what is it, Duplicate's brother, he like breaks out of prison and stuff. That was sick. I love that, and that was kind of related to that. Yeah, Multi-Paul. That's kind of related to that. That was a good episode, but it's just like there's been quite a few at this point, and it's just like I don't even know. I don't get why we're focusing these parts on Samson, for example, or on some of these other characters. I maybe it'll kind of all tie together at some point, but I don't know. It's just not interesting enough to spend time on it separately.
It's hard to say, I think, for me, because there's some stuff that I don't remember being as strong in the comics that they are exploring. There's also some characters that I'm like, okay, they definitely need to be fleshing this person out because they have kind of a big role later. But I don't want to say.
Sure.
Just I think that's part of the interest of it. So, but I agree. There are parts where I'm like, I don't know what they're doing here, really.
Yeah, it's just like
might take time to get some time in there.
Yeah, I can forgive like the mentality of this character is important later, and so we need to flesh them out. And maybe we're not going to make it the most interesting way of doing so. I can understand that for like an episode or two. But like I said, for me with like Robot, right? It's been 4 seasons. There really has not been anything like you can set this character up in a bunch of ways and still make that setup intriguing and like have it be told through interesting storylines and new things that are happening. But it just it feels pretty static so far, you know, with a lot of the side characters. And so that's what kind of makes me just feel like, can we just get back to the important stuff, like the main thrust of what's going on here? Can we just do that stuff again? Even
I will say
no, go ahead.
Or like maybe because I think I saw someone, I don't remember where I saw it, but like talking about how that the like with most show or like stories or shows that the war on the Viltrumites would be kind of the end game, and that's kind of like what it's building towards, but that's not what the end game is at all. So like I think if you kind of like think that like just that's something that happened almost in a way like the people were like hyping up like the Invincible War and stuff is like being super crazy, but it's like it's just kind of like this is something that just has more ramifications for the actual end game. And it's so like I would say maybe just like that's not super the main story almost. Like,
but it's just the most interesting story at this moment, right? Like
true. That's true.
It's just that's where the main characters are, the most interesting characters are. That's where the biggest plot developments are happening, and that's where the most risk is, you know? So it's like kind of all that, it kind of makes it the main story for, at least for right now. I don't know where it ends up, but, and it just feels like some of this other stuff is just kind of, it's just Also, the animation, 4 seasons in, and it still sometimes just looks like PNGs moving on the screen.
Well, there are parts where you can tell it is.
Yeah. It's just because sometimes it's great. Like some fight scenes are great, and it's like I'm not sitting there like, oh, that frame was 2 meters out of place. Like I don't care that much, but it is sometimes so egregious that I look at another show like Jujutsu Kaisen, right, which me and Marvin have been watching, and it's just they're putting that out at a somewhat similar cadence of releases, and it is completely blowing Invincible out of the water animation-wise. It's ridiculous how much better that show looks in all aspects.
Even if they didn't force their employees to work all day for 3 years, I'm sure they would still beat the shit out of them. Jujutsu Kaisen compared to Attack on Titan had CGI in it.
Yeah,
and
for
JJK
parts.
does not.
Well, no, JJK does for sure in their character models, but they've gotten better at utilizing it, and they've made it look better.
Yeah.
And using it in the right places.
One
one thing they've done that's interesting in Jujutsu Kaisen, because I don't know if we have to have like a whole section talking about it.
But that's what I was thinking.
They'll have like these moments where it's kind of almost like out of focus, and so you'll see characters like almost like a silhouette of them moving very fluidly. So like the animation doesn't look super detailed, but you can tell everything that's going on. And like, I don't know if it's like the frame rate is really high or there's just there's a lot of drawings per second, whatever the term for that is, but it looks so smooth and they're able to focus on all the effects in the fights and all this stuff. So it's like when they're zoomed in, everything looks great. The drawings look great, but they're not afraid to zoom out, lose a little bit of detail, but still have all the color and the lighting and the animation be so fluid that it's like, I can tell there's a difference, but it still looks amazing. You're not skipping a beat here.
Like there was a scene in one of the first couple episodes where Yuji, main character, just like walks across a room and sits down or something.
Yeah.
And it perfectly animated, like every single movement is drawn, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Normally you see like the top half of a body while they're walking, you know? So they don't have to draw them walking. Yeah. But I think what you're saying is like they're using the CGI and masking it really well with the less focused,
they're almost
simpler versions.
I don't know if you've like kind of gathered this as well, but like it almost looks like they're using like a motion capture for those scenes that I'm talking about, where they're like being really fluid. That's almost what it looks like. It's
why
weird.
I feel CG because
maybe it's not CG
motion capture.
Yeah,
but something like a model maker.
They're using some weird technique, but it looks good. It looks good, and you can tell it's used to save time and to save like them from having to hand draw every single frame of all these insane fight scenes that are happening.
Yeah,
but it's just like,
but honestly, it's like another draw for me now.
Yeah,
I'm like, it's interesting animation that I don't see other places.
Yeah, and so like Invincible, I feel like is taking the alternate approach where they're making sure that everything consistently looks like the drawings look fine, but the actual animation of those drawings is not consistent at all. Where JJK is, the opposite. The animation is consistent even if the drawings aren't. And I think Invincible should learn from that and kind of take that approach. The models don't need to always look great. And Invincible, let's be real, they don't always look great. They some of them do look pretty plain and it's just whatever. I will say there's a lot to get through, and in this age where all these big companies are pretty quick to cancel a show if it's not doing too well, I don't blame them for wanting to get this out pretty quickly. And they've been pumping out seasons pretty much every year at this point for Invincible after that terrible season 2 or whatever. Yeah, that break that they did. I don't know what they were doing. So it's like, if that's the trade-off, I guess I'm fine with it. It just is a little bit disappointing, especially in the long run. In 10 years, once Invincible's done and we look back on it and it's like, well, we got a pretty decently animated show. Like the time between releases doesn't matter at that point. We're just left with the final product, and the final product is somewhat mediocre in the animation aspect. So it's just disappointing.
And I would argue it has always been that way, but I also think, I don't know if I haven't just gone to the crazy, but like in season 1, the fucking laser beam scene.
Yeah.
That's like top 10 animated scenes. You know what I'm saying?
That whole episode is insane. But that's one of those cases you can tell the budget was spent on that first and last episode of that first season. Yeah. And now they just don't.
I can forgive some of the shit that they produce if they have some really incredible moments, or you do just all of it pretty good,
Exactly. Yeah. It like the conquest fight last season. I thought that was great. It looked really good. But then kind of everything around it suffers as a result. It's just not a really like sustainable way of doing it. And it's like you're saying, even if it looked fine, that would be good. But there are parts where it just straight up looks bad. Like it actually looks bad. And that is tough. That really takes me out sometimes when I'm watching that show.
That's tough.
But we'll see. Okay, and then the last thing on the docket here is the the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Oh, look, it's Mario.
I believe only one of us has seen that, which would be Eli.
Yeah, I've seen it. I saw it this weekend. It's like fine. I would say maybe the worst part of so like the first movie, I probably like this one better than the first movie.
Okay.
Just because the first movie just had like a lot of like illuminations things in it, where it's like, let's just have random pop music playing, and it's like
Marvin's face when you said
like
that.
Like the studio?
Yeah, because that's who makes it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah.
You were saying it weird, like it was like a
Illuminations.
Mario character or something.
Well, well, just like things that you really only see in Illumination movies, because like Illumination movies just generally aren't very good, other than like Despicable Me. Like,
okay, yeah. I was about to be like, what about this?
Other than the one movie they made that was
Yeah.
But they also put like pop songs in those movies, and
I mean, true.
have similar tropes, you know.
Well, that's why I mean, like, you don't get stuff like that in like a DreamWorks,
Oh yeah.
like Puss in Boots doesn't just have like the most overplayed pop music just randomly start.
It's the final countdown. Like
this movie has a little bit of licensed music, but more so it's not like just playing the music. It's just like Luigi like sings a song or something. It's like, okay, that's fine. For like a few seconds. But yeah, it's just like, I mean, the animation goes like crazy. There's a lot of like really well animated. Some of the fight scenes are pretty cool. There's like one with like Bowser Jr. at the beginning that's like Bowser Jr. moves like super fast. So it's like kind of crazy and like chopping stuff with an axe. And I'm like, this is pretty cool. And then there are other movies like or other parts that are really good. Like all the stuff with Fox is really good. And then even whenever the movie. Oh, sorry, what?
I just forgot Star Fox was in this one.
Yeah. He's not in it super long. He's kind of there like I would say that when he's introduced is when the movie starts getting a lot better. Just because like it's more like a goal. Because it's kind of like Peach is like, I gotta find Rosalina. She got kidnapped, and it's like, okay, that's fine. And then she goes to the airport and like fights a bunch of people for some reason. And then there's a lot of just stuff. It's just stuff just happens. And I think they could probably cut out a lot of the just happening stuff and put in like some characters actually talking to each other, because a lot of that stuff is not bad and is actually pretty decent. But it's just like, yeah, it doesn't really stop. And this is like, oh, something happened, let's just do something again. And it's like, okay, that's fine. But it's not bad. I think like it'd be a fine movie to have on in the background if you're just like, like this would be a good movie. It's like if we're playing Magic or something. It's like, let's put that movie on in the background. And then it's like, oh, when there's something interesting happen, just kind of like tune in and watch it. But yeah, it's probably better than most other Illumination movies I've seen, but that's not a very high bar.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably watch this while playing a game.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good way to watch it, because then you can go and be like, oh wow, that's some cool anime. Like, I mean, even in this like little trailer they're showing, it's like, you can tell like this is probably the best looking Illumination movie. And it even, I'd say it holds up to some other animated movies. Like there's a lot of good like the parts like the water, like all the water looks really nice and all the lighting's nice. But honestly, everything in this trailer kind of just shows everything that's in the movie. Other than right at the end where they're just like, but it's like, I don't know. It's fine. I probably would have paid, like, especially for you two, I wouldn't like bother going and watching it in theaters. But when it's on streaming or whatever, like, yeah, I'd give it a watch. Might as well. There's some stuff in it that's kind of weird, but
what are your expectations, I guess, for the Zelda movie?
Oh, well, that's made by Sony, right? It's not made by Illumination.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
But I mean, Miyamoto will almost certainly be involved, which he was in this one.
And he has weird ideas about story and what movies should be, and it's like, okay.
Can you expand on that a bit? Because I've heard that, but I don't know like what.
I don't. He like is like against like stories or something. It's very strange. It's hard to like put into words. He's like, yeah, things shouldn't be like have story or whatever. It should just be like people running around having a good time or whatever. And it's like, I don't know, man.
That's the Legend of Zelda, bro. That is such a story-driven, like singular motivator. Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, even
go fight the temples and get the sword and like Ganon, like a classic story right there.
Yeah, because I think that's kind of one thing that this movie lacks, is like having kind of like goals like that, where it's like, it's weird because it's like a loop. Like Rosalina gets like captured at the beginning, and she like Luma's like, I gotta go tell Peach and it's because Rosalina like reads them stories about them, but it's like none of them know Rosalina. She's just like, it's like, how does Rosalina know all this, and why does she have all these books about them? Which is kind of weird, but that's like that's a completely different thing. But then this Luma comes as like Peach, and then it says, "I finally found you," and which is like not at all what it sounds like that Luma's saying.
Oh yeah, it sounds like they're saying the F word.
Yeah,
it sounds like they're moaning the F word. It's really weird.
It's so crazy.
It's so funny.
I started laughing at the theater when it said it. It's just so crazy. But yeah, she's like, "You gotta go help Rosalina. She's my mom," or something. And Peach is like, "Okay," and then just leaves, doesn't tell anyone that she's leaving. And then Bowser Jr. like abducts the castle, and then they're like, "We gotta go find Peach. She's in space." So then they go, and yeah, I mean, naturally, it's like, I don't know. I feel like if it was like Luma came and was like, "You got to help us find Peach," and then they all went on an adventure to go, or sorry, we got to help me find Rosalina, and then they all just went and did all the stuff together, and they were like, "We got to find this thing." It'd be like a lot better. But it's more so like this happens right after they get abducted. The planet, like, they accidentally drop the castle on a planet, and then they go find the bees, and the bees are like, "We're gonna put you in the slave mines to mine for honey because you dropped a castle on our planet." And then they like escape, and it's like what is happening? Like, why are there just things just happen? It's very strange. So like, yeah, it's like, I think if you just cut out a lot of the stuff, and it's like, why is this stuff that just happens is happening, and had stuff that was to interconnect the parts that are actually like all of that stuff in with Wart and stuff, you just don't even need that in the movie. You just cut all that out. Cut out all the stuff with the beast stuff, or have like a reason for them to be going there. It's just strange
because it all looks really nice, like you were saying, but you just need a compelling reason like super good to get there. Yeah, the person who's directing the Zelda movie is the guy who did all the Maze Runner movies, which I've seen the first one. It was all right. And
the second one, I think.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which, Marvin, you and I saw that in theaters. That was pretty good. I like that.
That was pretty good. I like that.
Okay, just copying what I'm saying.
We
went with Grace when it came out.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Had she seen the first three?
I don't think so.
Okay. No.
Well, isn't it also like produced by like someone that's like that produced like Morbius or something? There's like another person behind it that like he's made like a bunch of really, or maybe it's the writer or something.
I think you're right. Well, Wes Ball is the director. Hold on.
It might be the writer that I'm thinking of.
Well, I have hopes for the Zelda movie. I think with a clearer story, hopefully they can't deviate too much.
Oh, Avi Arad, yeah.
Avi Arad. He's producing it though, right?
Yeah, he produced Borderlands. Oh,
he's an Israeli-American studio executive and producer.
Uncharted. Here's some of his hits: Uncharted, Morbius, Kraven the Hunter, Venom: The Last Dance, Borderlands, Venom: Let There Be Carnage.
Bro,
well, they just
Tarzan and Jane, Venom.
What a great! How do people like this still have a career in Hollywood? What? Yeah, I guess we saw where he's from. No, that was crazy.
Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Just doo-doo after doo-doo. That is so funny.
Well, there's a few things on here that I am picking the ones that are terrible, but there are
he did like he helped produce Spider-Verse and stuff. So I mean, it just looks like he's kind of been all over Sony's franchise films, which have been mostly terrible, but there's been a couple good ones. So also he's just producing, so it doesn't really mean much.
I have much higher hopes for that, just immediately because it's not made by Illumination. Because it's like 8 years ago or whatever when they announced they were like, guys, we're teaming up for a Mario movie. It's like, oh my gosh, they're gonna make a Mario movie that's cool with Illumination. It's like, okay, well they're just not gonna be good. Like all hopes. Illumination doesn't make good movies. Like if they were like we're teaming up DreamWorks, I'd be like, okay, that's it.
Yeah,
we'll get something that's good.
Pixar,
but or Pixar. I mean that would be crazy if they did Pixar.
Yeah, that'd be insane. It's gonna be live action. We'll see.
Mario, the GOAT of the video game world, like you gotta give him some respect. I just don't see why you're cutting corners and making shit ass.
But this is the thing, like Mario is so entirely gameplay focused. I feel like gameplay and like art direction. So it's like you have to be pretty skilled, I think, to come up with a good story for that. But it's not. There's no way it's impossible. Like.
Right?
Yeah.
There are people who have ideas.
a lot of the action scenes and stuff in the movie are good. Like, and even some are like I'd be like, yeah, that goes pretty crazy. It's like quite good, but it's like I don't know. You gotta have a little bit of a through line, I think.
Yeah.
And I'd be fine even if there just was like I think even just a little bit of a through line is all it needs.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
I don't think it needs to have like some reinvention.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be like the social commentary on the state of the like it just
for any like IP, I think Mario is like one of the few that can get away with it not having any sort of in it, because it's just every Mario game's just like, yeah, Mario running around, he has a good time and has an adventure, and I'm like, that's all I need. That's my man.
Exactly. All right. Well, that brings us to the close of the SavePoint Report episode 5. That's a milestone, guys. That's 5 podcast episodes in the books.
5.
So, that's pretty nice.
That's good. Can we make it to 10? We will see.
We shall see, indeed.
We shall see. But thanks everybody who watched, especially those that got this far. Props to you. As I mentioned last time, I should have said at the beginning, but if you are watching this, please leave a comment, leave a question. We'll talk about it next episode. Comment on anything we've talked about here, or anything, gaming show related that you'd like to hear us discuss, or you want our opinions on. Just let us know down below. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, it again on a different account. Watch it a few more times on a different account. I've been Eric.
Pump those numbers up.
Yep. And we'll see you next time.
That's what I do.
Goodbye.
We didn't get to say goodbye.
Okay, well, I was waiting for you guys to say it, so go ahead.
I said it.
No. Say goodbye. Say who you've been.
Follow me on Twitter.
Oh,
Marvin doesn't even know what's happening. All right. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.